Alexandria now operating at the Brainerd 33-yard line. Fakes the handoff. Now a little bit of pressure applied. He'll step away from it, airing it deep for Mason Witt. Ball, and it's caught.
Wow.
Touch here. Let's see if Talon Witt will go up top. Now you've got the four receiver set with two on each side. Talon Witt is looking to throw. He's going to air it over the middle and wide open. Mason Witt has it inside the 30, and he gets tripped up inside the. And Talon Witt's going to tuck the football in. He's got room to run out past the 30, now out past the 40. Room to go, midfield, 40, 30, down the sideline. He's still on his feet. He's going to go all the way. Now here is the delayed handoff. Levi Harris trapped in the backfield. And here he's got Barnum running him in the backfield. And here's a pitch to Barnum, and he got hammered in the back. Nothing. Late fourth quarter. Dable looking to throw. Pass right side. Intercepted! From the line. A player that was down on the field for Alexandria. He heads to the sidelines. Jackson Walsing now in. It's a quarterback draw on third down. Big opening for Talon Witt. Up the middle, and he's into the end zone. The Halloween may be filled with a few tricks or treats on the gridiron tonight. The Alexandria Cardinals are hoping that it's a delicious evening to host Bemidji for a section championship. The Cardinals in this spot in the postseason for a third consecutive year. Bemidji is back in the section final after a brief absence over the last couple of years. Should be a great matchup tonight. Bemidji is much better than the 5-4 record would indicate. Alexandria has been on a roll. The Cardinals have won 8 of their 9 games this year, with that only blemish being on August 28th. It is a cool evening, a somewhat damp evening, and obviously that's made it a little more chilly for the trick-or-treaters that are out and about. But after the gathering of the candy by the young people, many of the fans are now getting ready to watch some high school football here in the community of Alexandria as the Cardinals host the Bemidji Lumberjacks. Good evening and welcome to our pregame show being brought to you by Jartner Motors of Alexandria. My thanks to our boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage bringing you our broadcast tonight. We've got it on our Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube so you can watch it. Plus, you can keep listening to KXRA Radio if you do have the radio set at 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, or 1490 on the AM dial. JP Bolin is our videographer. Steve D is the man at Master Control at KXRA. And joining me for the broadcast tonight is Tim Zuffer. Tim, great to have you here. I know we have to sacrifice, no passing out candy to the kids tonight for the trick-or-treaters, being that it is Halloween, but I think we're in for a treat of our own tonight, and it's a lot less calorie-consuming. Alexandria and Bemidji really had an exciting football game here just 28 days ago.
Yeah, it should prove to be a really good game. I like the way the Cardinals have played the last few weeks. They've been so good, both rushing the ball and throwing the ball, and it's going to take that kind of effort tonight. And Bemidji's got to score that they're trying to settle here after walking away with a 1-point deficit. And I think the Cardinals, they're looking to prove that they're more than 1 point better than Bemidji, although they would take a 1-point victory if it meant moving on next week.
Well, Bemidji's been in a lot of close football games. Their most lopsided loss was in Week 8 of the regular season, and that was a 13-point defeat at Monticello, a team, by the way, which is also 8-1 on the year, with that only loss coming in Alexandria. The Jacks also lost a couple of 1-point games in the regular season, and they also have an 8-point loss. So their average margin of defeat is less than a touchdown. So Bemidji has outscored the opponents collectively, but again, a lot of those close games have gone against Bemidji here in 2025. Alexandria really has ruled the roost throughout much of the year. Many of their victories in dominating fashion. They had the one-score victory against Monticello, the 1-point win against Bemidji in Week 6, and then the 2-point loss to Chanhassen to start the year when Alexandria took a 1-point lead in the last minute, only to see Chanhassen come back and kick the game-winning field goal. Should be a great night for football. We hope you are going to be on hand to watch it in person, and you're layered up appropriately, maybe even keeping the umbrella handy. I know the skies are gradually starting to clear out a little bit, but there's still the possibility of a few raindrops here and there as we go through the night. This is the Jutner Motors pregame show. We're going to take our first break on our latent media platforms. Our second segment of the pregame will include my conversation with Alexandria Cardinal football coach Mike Empting. That is next after this timeout.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks. Custom wood creations. Designed for beauty, built for life.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted Best Real Estate Company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Welcome back to more of our Jutner Motors pregame show here on KXRA Radio, and thanks for watching tonight on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. On this particular Friday, the Alexandria Cardinal football team is at home to challenge Bemidji in the section final. The winner moves on to represent Section 8 in the Class 5A state tournament. Quarterfinal games will be on the second Saturday of November, so basically 8 days from now when the state quarterfinals take place. Cardinals coach Mike Empting is joining us right now. Mike, obviously your team came out, really did a lot of things well in the victory against Sauk Rapids Rice last Saturday. Moved the ball at will. Defensively, I thought, did a nice job at slowing Sauk Rapids Rice down. For a first playoff test, it seems like your guys passed with flying colors.
I thought we played really well. I thought both sides of the ball, our guys came ready to play. We executed really well. Solid game plans, special teams, as well. I thought, we executed, we did what we needed to do. Our kickoff game, we kind of sprayed the ball around a little bit. We even recovered kind of accidentally, one of the kicks, which, again, is kind of, one of those things. We hope, if we don't kick it deep, we don't give them a clean return, maybe we got an opportunity to steal some field position, that sort of thing. So, all in all, the guys answered the bell against Sauk Rapids really well. We did what we needed to do, did what we should have done. Yeah.
I know Sauk Rapids Rice can mix it up. They have a good quarterback in Spencer Ackerman, a really good running back as well as when Carter Riedemann is carrying the football. But it seems like, and I've seen this in a few games this year, Mike, your team's run defense has been pretty outstanding because Riedemann got a lot of his yardage in the fourth quarter, after the game was no longer in doubt and, you were able to sub in some non-starters and everything like that. But would you say, by and large, the run defense has been pretty sound most of the year?
We've been pretty tough. That's probably where we have our most experience. Jack, Morissette, Evans Abel, Blake Scholl, those are three of our four guys up front. Jack and Evan have been playing there since their sophomore year. They're outstanding football players. Blake started there as a sophomore, and he is really developing into an outstanding football player as well. And we have a sophomore that mixes in or starts for us, Adrian Miles, and he's really coming into his own up there as well. And then behind them, we've got those linebackers, that we rotate through there: Connor Wang, Aiden Schneiderhan, Brody Berg. All rotate in there, and that's a formidable front, for a defense to try, or for an offense to try to run against. They're just good football players, good athletes, physical, solid tacklers. They close the roads up front, no doubt about it, make it difficult. That'll be one of our challenges for tonight as well.
You talk about the defense closing roads. Meanwhile, on the other side, the offense seems to open some pathways and everything like that. I've been so impressed with what the offensive line does. But, hey, you've got receivers that can block. You've got running backs that can block as well. But it's amazing how on some of those scoring plays against Sauk Rapids Rice, Jackson Waltzing, I think 2 of his 3 scores, he goes into the end zone untouched. That may have happened for Brody Berg as well. But I would think that the offensive unit's grading quite well at this point, too.
Our offensive line is playing very well. Ty Granning has done a great job with those guys up front. And, it's a lot of the same guys. Sable, Morissette. You throw in there Spencer Kleindl and Jensen Martinson and Brendan Behrens. That's our front 5. Blake Scholl gets thrown into that mix, as a blocking back, H-back. He'll carry the ball once in a while. He carried the ball across the goal line for us last Saturday night. He'll catch, some balls too. But yeah, they the same way they closed the roads on the defensive side, those guys opened the roads on the offensive side, and that's been great because Jackson, Waltzing, and Brody Berg, when they're one-on-one or they're getting an arm tackle, they're a tough takedown. Those guys run the ball hard. You mentioned Jackson went into the end zone untouched on a couple of his. Brody may have gone into the end zone untouched, but I know he ran through somebody at the goal line as well. And, that is his nature. And that's one thing Brody's gotten really, really good at is reading those cuts at the line of scrimmage and at the second level. making a cut to get to open field. Those guys are tough, and when they're behind solid blocking like we've had, they're even more difficult to stop. And then, like you said, you throw in the way our receivers are able to block, the way we're able to throw the football to keep light boxes in there, and then talent as a run threat as well. Our offense has been very tough to stop.
As a result, Mike, your team has now assembled an 8-game win streak. So, in essence, they've done a nice job stacking victories after the season opening loss against Chanhassen. But one of those close calls actually occurred in Alexandria earlier in the month here. Mike Empting, the Cardinals football coach, joining us right now for our Alamere Health Coaches Comments segment out in front of tonight's game for the Class 5A Section 8 title. I presume that you were not the least bit surprised that Bemidji was able to come out of its game Saturday night against Sartell with a second pretty convincing win for the Bemidji Lumberjacks. But how challenging was it for you and the staff this week, Mike, to game plan, even though Bemidji is a familiar rival? You know, they did some good things down here earlier this month.
Bemidji's offense is tough to plan for. They are very much an if this, then that, type of offense. Try to stack it up inside on them, and they're going to run the perimeter, and they've got the guys that can run the perimeter. They block the edge really well. You try and loosen your defense up to defend more against the perimeter run, and they've got the guys inside that'll be able to block it. They've got solid schemes, to create creases for either their running back or their quarterback. They want to run the football. They're very good at it. It's a flex bone, offense, what it's called, and they're solid. They've got good personnel. They've got speed on the outside. They've got guys that are good between the tackles to run the ball in there. They create challenges for us, no doubt. Second only probably to Elk River. I imagine, I can't remember exactly, but they had some success rushing the football against us. And they are a lot like defending Elk River, in terms of you have to defend every gap. You got to defend the edges. You got to defend inside. They've got a number of players that could carry the football for them. And the other thing that they did very well against us the first time too was they hit some misdirection, trick plays, however you want to call it. They hit a long reverse. They, hit a tight end on a unbalanced over formation at a tackle position. They did a few of those things that created some explosive plays for them, and that's what we have to be on top of tonight. That's what we've spent our week, getting ready for. Making sure we've got our gaps covered up front. Make sure we understand those flex formations and over formations, who's eligible, who's ineligible, who can catch a ball, who can't be downfield, those types of things. Because Bemidji does that well, and we've seen it on video. They've even fooled some officiating crews as far as having covered players go downfield and catch passes and that type of thing. So we've got to be on top of that. Like I said, they're good at what they do. They're going to pose challenges to us. But you get to this point in the season, and everybody has won to get here. So everybody's experienced some success. Everybody's kind of got their thing going a little bit. And we just have to make sure that we don't let them get it rolling like they did the first time we played.
Another variable of the game 4 weeks ago tonight, Mike, is that your team gave up the football on multiple occasions, and that's been very, very rare for the Cardinals. And I would think, as we kind of lean in toward maybe some keys to success here, obviously ball security has to be a prime, but your guys have done that most of the year except for a game like against Bemidji.
Yeah, it's only been in a couple of games, actually, where we've gotten a little bit sloppy with our possessions. Bemidji was definitely one of them the first time. But that is a key. When we take care of the football, when we don't, turn it over either by fumbling it or, turnovers with interceptions, that type of thing, we're pretty good offensively. And we were able, in spite of that, to still score a lot of points the first go around. I'm trying to think. I don't think that Bemidji had a lot of success stopping us. I think we stopped ourselves pretty much in that game, except for late. So offensively, we feel good about the plan that we've got. We feel good about the guys that we've got executing it. We just have to take care of the football. You're absolutely right.
When it comes to a matchup against a team that's familiar with you, as a staff, Mike, do you implement a lot of new stuff for a second meeting, or are you going to have to take the fifth on that one?
No, when you see a team a second time, you have the advantage of going back and looking closely at what happened the first time, and hopefully you're able to glean what worked, what didn't work. And for us, we very much took a look at what didn't work the first time, especially defensively, because we gave up some points. That was our highest point total that we given up on the season. And took a look at what really hurt us. And what did we learn from that? And we made some changes. We're going to look a little different defensively for this game tonight. Offensively, we did a lot of things that worked really well. The biggest thing that didn't work for us was turning the football over. So I don't think we'll see a lot of changes, offensively, in terms of what we do. I mean, we are what we are. We trust our guys. We're going to go out there and do it. It's worked for us all season long. We put points on the board against every defense that we've played against. So we just have to go out and execute. But defensively, we learned some things from round one. We're going to look a little different tonight.
Special teams, can that factor prominently in terms of trying to determine who the winner is going to be here? Yeah,
they have a quality kicker, no doubt about it. Their place kicker is very good. It's going to be a challenge for us, I think, to get good kick returns. But hopefully they're not kicking off to us very often. If they're kicking off frequently, then they're scoring points. But our return game has been good. So if we can get a couple of balls that we can return, we can flip some field position. Punting game, I think that's a plus for us. Talent has been outstanding. What we've been able to do when it's been downs where we potentially could punt, and maybe haven't. We pressure that defense. Punt it if we need to punt it, but Talon makes good decisions with the ball, and when he's got to punt it, very reliable. The kicking game, when we get to this point in the season, special teams, turnovers, those are always big. We got to win the special teams game.
This might seem like a really dumb question, but I'm capable of pulling them out anyway. How important is it to be at home rather than making a trip 130 miles to 140 miles north up to Bemidji?
We're pretty good when we play at our place. We like being here. Kids like being here. I think home field, is huge. Having said that, over the course of the last few years, we've had some pretty big wins on the road as well. I think the bottom line is just our guys go out and get ready to play football. I don't want to sound like a certain NFL coach, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where we play you. We're going to line up and we're going to get after it. These guys know that. It's nice to be at home, no doubt about it. It's been a while since we've been able to have the opportunity to have a celebration at home following a big game. We have that opportunity tonight.
Excellent. Mike, I hope that celebration comes in about 3 hours from now here, but best wishes to you and the Alexandria football team. We appreciate the time as always, and good luck tonight.
Thank you, D-Mac. I always appreciate you.
There is the head football coach of the Alexandria Cardinals, Mike Empting. Our special guest is part of our Coach's Comments feature presented to you by Alamere Health. It's better here. And we do thank you for joining us for the pregame show, sponsored by Juttner Motors in Alexandria. Juttner Motors will also be along later tonight to present the postgame report following the play-by-play. That's going to wrap up our pregame. A timeout is ahead on our latent media platforms, and then we're back. We'll have the introduction of the lineups. We'll have some keys to tonight's game, the presentation of the national anthem, and a whole lot more straight ahead, including a pretty darn good football game. Alexandria versus Bemidji for the Class 5A Section 8 title. Now these words on our latent media platforms from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, Rx Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Riding an 8-game win streak that included a 56-20 home victory against Sauk Rapids Rice on Saturday of last week. Also that same night, the opponent for Alexandria, the Bemidji Lumberjacks, began their postseason with a convincing win over Sartell. That was a 34-0 final score, with the Jacks shutting out the Sabres, completing the the two-game sweep for the Bemidji Lumberjacks over their North Star North District rivals. So the Alexandria Cardinals and Bemidji Lumberjacks are about to meet for a second consecutive time. The Alexandria football players are getting set to take the field. You'll be seeing them coming onto the field on the right side of your screen if you happen to be watching our YouTube channel. And once they get on the field and assemble along the sideline, we will have the presentation of our national anthem done here at the stadium at Alexandria Area High School, and we will share that with you on our latent media platforms. The excitement building for the Alexandria Cardinal football fans situated down below us here as the Cardinals are about to make their entry onto the stadium turf prior to tonight's section championship game. Bemidji's school colors are navy blue and white. Bemidji's wearing the white jerseys, white pants. Alexandria school colors are red and black. The Cardinals wearing the red jersey tops, black pants, white numerals on both the front and the back of the Alexandria uniform. And the Cardinals now gathering out at midfield on the block letter A before they head to the sideline. I do want to let you know for our late media presentation, the honoring of our country with the national anthem is presented by Carlson Music Center in Alexandria. For all of your musical needs, whether it be instrument or even voice lessons, get in touch with carlsonmusiccenter.com, carlsonmusiccenter.com. Now, again, we will honor our country with the presentation of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Again, our thanks to Carlson Music Center of Alexandria for the presentation of our national anthem. The keys to tonight's contest being driven by Alexandria Motors. Together, let's drive with Alexandria Motors. Keys for the Bemidji Lumberjacks, most notably Brian Stoffel, the head coach of the Bemidji Lumberjacks, very confident that his team can play with Alexandria. The Jacks actually had a 12-point lead going into the fourth quarter here 4 weeks ago tonight, and he basically is optimistic that his team's going to play right with the Cardinals. He says, we need to win the fourth quarter. He feels that if his team can win the fourth quarter, it can win the football game. I get the feeling the Alexandria defense is going to try to diffuse that, but obviously playing 4 full quarters of football, I think that's the message that Coach Stoffel is trying to relay. Meanwhile, for the Alexandria Cardinals, as Coach Mike Empting pointed out, the Cardinals in a lot of ways did many good things against Bemidji. One of them was not taking care of the football in the regular season game, so taking care of that football and obviously finishing off drives with scores and trying to prevent Bemidji from getting as many scores tonight. That will be key. The lineups, the keys to tonight's game brought to you by Alexandria Motors. We will introduce the starting lineups. Bemidji is about set to take the football, and the Lumberjacks will have a front line of Logan Graham, Carter Kramer, Cash Knutson, Kai Dickerson, and Mason Church. Wyatt Tervistel will be the tight end. Running receivers will be Talon Schermerhorn and Reese Snidey. Brendan Brower and Miles Gish will be running backs, and Owen Vandermeer will be the quarterback for Bemidji. Ethan Carlson is getting set to put his foot on the ball and ready to kick it off. The Cardinals will have a slight breeze at their back in the first quarter as the wind is coming out of the west-northwest. And the kick is going to be sent deep. It will be returnable from the 10-yard line. And the Lumberjacks return man is able to get up to the 25, then tries to get to the outside and actually lost a little bit of ground. That's Brayland Eliason on the kickoff return for Bemidji, as the Lumberjacks will start back around their own 20 or 21-yard line on the first series of tonight's game.
Nice tackle by Riker Johnson. He's been special teams, regularly getting tackles on special teams.
So it'll be a first down and 10 for the Bemidji Lumberjacks. The starting lineups being presented to you tonight by Alamere Health. It's better here. We introduce the Bemidji starting lineup, and we'll introduce Alexandria's defensive lineup as we go along here in this first series of the night. The Lumberjacks try to establish the run on the first down, and Brower's going to be stopped after a very short gain. The front line for the Alexandria Cardinals does have Jack Morissette and Blake Scholl on the ends, Evan Zabel and Adrian Miles as the two tackles. The four linebackers, Brent Meyer, Brody Berg, Connor Wang, and Connor Anderson. People such as Jackson Waltzing and Scholl may rotate in there in the backing core. The secondary is Carson Getch and Mason Witt as the two cornerbacks, Grady Starzl as the safety. And now the ball's put on the turf, and I think the Alexandria Cardinals have recovered. So a bad exchange, and Alexandria is going to get the football. As Quali Real Estate brings you the instant replay for our YouTube audience, and the Cardinals get a takeaway on the second possession of the game. Alexandria is going to start this series in plus territory at the Bemidji 22-yard line. So the Lumberjacks lose the football, and Alexandria will look to take advantage here to get the game's first points. Now, Alexandria was actually -1 in the turnover comparison against Bemidji in the regular season game. The Cardinals will start at the 22. Now, here's a handoff. Brody Berg with room to run, and he gets tripped up inside the 10-yard line. So Berg on his first carry of the night keeps it between the tackles and gets a double-digit gain. It's first down and goal to go.
I know Bemidji stressed stopping the running game when they played Sartell Cardinals with a good run on their first play from scrimmage.
Pickup of about 16, and now here's a handoff, and Berg is going to try to go over the right side of the offensive line, surges inside the 5. Yardage a little bit tougher to get down there, but it'll be second down and goal to go. Cardinals running with some tempo here, and now it looks like they're going to step back and huddle up.
Blake Scholl comes in as a tight end or H-back.
The Alexandria football team now in the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone starts seeing red with Alex Rubbish and Recycling. Talon Witt working out of the shotgun here. He's got Brody Berg in the backfield. Handoff to Berg, left side. He gets stood up, and Bemidji's going to pursue well and stop Berg for a short gain here.
Yeah, I think Bemidji had 5 down linemen defensively that time.
So it'll be third down and goal to go here for the Alexandria Cardinals. Alexandria trying to capitalize after a Bemidji fumble. We're in the early moments of tonight's game. Will Talon Witt put it up here on third and goal? Ball at the 3-yard line. Here's Talon Witt barking out some instructions for the offensive line. He'll get the snap, and he's going to tuck the football in and walk into the end zone, untouched for a score.
Yeah, Bemidji was throwing a blitz there, and it's same zone inside read that time, and that time Talon read it and kept it and walked into the end zone.
So Alexandria is able to capitalize on the Bemidji turnover, in just 2 minutes and 29 seconds into the game. The Alexandria Cardinals have the first points of the night. So it's 6-0 Alexandria. It looks like the offensive unit is going to stay on the field here. We did see the Cardinals do this in the homecoming game against Elk River, quite frequently going for 2 points after the touchdowns. So we still have Brody Berg in as a running back. Couple of receivers in off to the right side. Now here is a little misdirection. Yep, Mason Witt's going to throw it into the end zone, and it's going to be caught. And
Talon Witt.
Yep, so Talon Witt goes and receives the pass from his cousin Mason Witt. And Alexandria uses a little razzle-dazzle to add to the lead. So we'll go to a 30-second break. Early score on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Alexandria has a snowman up right now. It's the Cardinals 8, Bemidji no score.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Ethan Carlson getting set to take his second kickoff. This one is going to be deep, and it will be received at the 8-yard line by the Lumberjacks return man. That will be Reese Snidey, and Snidey will bring it out past the 25, and it looks like he will get forward progress to about the 28-yard line. So Bemidji will bring the offense on the field for the second series of the night.
Miles Gray with that special teams tackle.
This series will start at the 28-yard line on the Bemidji side of the field. The Jacks ran a couple of plays last series and fumbled the ball away, and Alexandria took advantage. The Cardinals drive just 4 plays to go 22 yards. Now we've got kind of an unbalanced line to the right side here. The quarterback is Owen Vandermeer, and he'll look to throw. Pass right side is going to be caught. Little curl route here. And that's going to be good enough for the first down out past the 40-yard line. I think that's going to be Snidey on the reception there for Bemidji. So it's going to be a pickup of 14 yards, and the Lumberjacks have their first down of the night.
Grady Starzl with the tackle.
So the line of scrimmage is now the Bemidji 42. As you watch on YouTube, Bemidji is the team dressed in the light-colored uniforms going right to left here in the first period of play. Now kind of a flex bone, but now switching to that unbalanced line right side. And here's Owen Vandermeer. He gets into the open, and he's got a first down and more. So the Jacks coming back with some big play strikes here. This is going to be a healthy gain for Owen Vandermeer on the keeper. And it's going to be a pickup of 23, and Bemidji has another first down. So the Lumberjacks evidently a little ticked off after giving up the football on the last series. They've come out and gotten a couple of sizable gains in just 2 plays. The Jacks have gone from their own 28-yard line to the Alexandria 35.
Aiden Schneiderhan eventually making the tackle.
Talon Schermerhorn is lining up as a receiver to the right side, kind of a tight formation here. Miles Gish will get his first carry of the game. Ball got put on the turf. I think the ball carrier was down.
Yeah, they're ruling him down.
Yep, and that will be a pickup of about 5, maybe 6 for Gish, running over behind the right side of the line. Call it a 5-yard gain there.
Tackle was by Grady Starzl again.
Bemidji down by 8 as we are underway on a cloudy, cool night. Few raindrops here and there, but I think the fans coming prepared for the cooler weather. Heck, it is Halloween after all. Now again, some motion to the right side, so unbalanced line to the right side again, and Vandermeer's going to tuck the ball in, and he'll get the first down and work his way out of bounds down around the 20-yard line. So the Lumberjacks will get their third first down on this series. Looks like forward progress will be down to the 21, so it's going to be a pickup of 9 on the keeper for Vandermeer.
We'll credit Blake Scholl with the force out of bounds there for the tackle.
So the line of scrimmage is now the Alexandria Cardinal 21-yard line. Bemidji trying to respond to Alexandria's score earlier in the period. We've now played about 5 minutes of the quarter. Alexandria leading by 8. Now a formation to the left, and we're going to get a stoppage here. Timeout is going to be called by the Bemidji Lumberjacks. We're going to keep it right here, though, with 7 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the first period. And obviously, Tim, when you've got 2 good football teams going at it, it obviously looks like Bemidji showing a few different looks offensively in terms of what they want to do formation-wise against Alexandria's defense.
Yeah, they're loading up mostly the right side of the line with extra people, and they're doing a lot of shifting as well. In fact, that got him into trouble. They had to call the timeout, or they would have got called for delay of game or illegal shift because they had two guys in motion and didn't have time to set.
So the Lumberjacks, after the first Bemidji timeout, will have the ball outside of the red zone at the 21-yard line. Alexandria 8, Bemidji no score. Tim Zumfer and yours truly, Dave McClurg, on hand at Viking Bank Field in Alexandria with the play-by-play. Now kind of that flex bone, and now Miles Gish will line up in a bit of a pistol look, and Gish gets the call. He's got room to run, and he'll be wrapped up inside the 15-yard line, but Bemidji doing a nice job on the right side of that offensive line, creating some room for running back Miles Gish to work his way through.
I think it was Grady Starzl again with that tackle.
So a pickup of 7, and it's 2nd down and 3. The Jacks now in the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. Start seeing red with Alex Rubbish and Recycling. Vandermeer under center here. And now he's going to roll to the left, tuck the football in. He got wrapped up, and he'll be stopped at the 14-yard line. He just could not spin and break away from the Alexandria pursuit there. He may have lost a yard on the play.
Blake Scholl, the initial tackler, and then Evan Zabel finished him off.
So now it'll be 3rd down. This is Bemidji's first 3rd down attempt of the night. The Lumberjacks need to get down to the Alexandria 11-yard line. I think that actually ends up being a gain of a yard, not a loss of a yard. Forward progress given to the 13. Now you've got Reese Knighty lining up to the right side. Miles Gish will go wide as well. The unbalanced line to the right once again. Vandermeer looking to throw. He'll pass it to the end zone. It's intercepted! Oh, the Cardinals are going to pick it off in the end zone. Another takeaway for the Alexandria Cardinal defense. And was that Talon Witt who stepped in to intercept the ball?
It was either him or Grady Starzl.
Yep, but the Cardinals are going to get a takeaway, and the Alexandria Cardinals keep Bemidji out of the end zone and still have the lead of 8-0. Again, so a turnover by Bemidji, and the Lumberjacks now -2 in the turnover column.
I didn't get confirmation yet on who intercepted that. I think it might have been Grady Starzl,
yeah, that
but
could
I
be.
don't know.
I know he and Talon Witt have similar stature there, and they have similar uniform numbers, Grady number 1 and Talon number 7. And Talon Witt and the Alexandria offense back out on the field. He's going to air it out for his cousin Mason Witt, and it's knocked away. Oh, Braylon Eliason in the secondary did a nice job. He was looking back at the ball and was able to deflect it away, so an incomplete pass brings up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, a lot of teams like to take a shot downfield after a turnover like that, but Bemidji responded.
Yeah, the Cardinals do start this series at the 20 as the ball was intercepted in the end zone to snuff out Bemidji's scoring threat. 8-0 Alexandria, first quarter here at Alexandria Area High School. Here is the handoff, and it's going to go to the Cardinals senior running back Brody Berg, and he'll work his way right side for a pickup of a couple. 3rd down and medium to long range here for Alexandria. Looks like the Cardinals will need about 8. So the second 3rd down attempt here for Alexandria tonight.
Got single coverage on some of our receivers.
Yep, 4 receivers set here. Berg in the backfield along with Talon Witt. And here's Talon rolling to his right, looking downfield, has time. Now runs out of time, and he's going to fire it out of bounds. So the Bemidji defensive coverage was pretty good on the likes of Mason Witt and Brady Gunberg on that right side. So Bemidji gets a bit of a reprieve here. Defensively, the Lumberjacks are able to hold Alexandria after the Lumberjack offense turned the ball over.
Yeah, it'll be important to try to flip the field here with a punt.
Yep, Talon Witt is the punter, and we would presume that he will give the football up, but Bemidji has nobody back. Now Miles Gish is going to go back to receive the punt here. And it's going to be that rugby-style punt, and he's going to get it away, and he's going to kick it away from Miles Gish. This is going to spin out of bounds at the 29-yard line. So that's going to be a punt of 49 yards for Talon Witt and no return. And Bemidji will have the football for its third series of the night. 5:10 to go in the first quarter as we go to a 30-second timeout. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, it is Alexandria 8, Bemidji no score.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
As we come back to action at Viking Bank Field in Alexandria, Reese Snidy gets the handoff from quarterback Owen Vandermeer, trying to get to the outside, and he actually gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain for Snidy, and it'll be second down and 10 yards to go.
Yeah, they tried to run wide that time, and Cardinals did a nice job of taking care of the right side there.
So second down and 10 yards to go. Vandermeer under center here, and he's going to hand off, and the fullback gets blasted there. Just nowhere to run for the back for Bemidji. I believe that was Jack Norgard getting the carry, and he got stuffed for only a gain of a yard there. So it'll be third down and 9.
Blake Scholl and Jack Morris set in on that tackle, and the previous play on the run out to the right side, our tackler forcing him out of bounds was Carson Gesh.
Now we've got a couple of receivers to the right side, making that the strong side. Third and 9 at the 30-yard line. Vandermeer will roll to his right. He'll pitch it to the right, and oh my, it's going to be
fumble.
And did the Cardinals recover? I think they did. Bemidji tried a hook and lateral play, and I think the Cardinals have it back, and it's another Bemidji turnover. And Alexandria is going to recover the football.
I wonder if they're going to possibly rule an incomplete pass, or.
Well, I saw one of.
They haven't moved the change yet.
One of the line judges indicated Alexandria football.
Yep,
I think
now they confirmed it.
So it went out right side. Reese Snidy tried to pitch it, and it got put on the turf. We know that Grady Starzl had the interception on the last series. He may have gotten a fumble recovery there.
Yeah, I didn't catch that one.
But Alexandria has turned Bemidji over for the third time tonight, and the Cardinals start on the Jack's side of the field at the 38. Here's a handoff as Jackson Waltzing gets his first carry of the night, and he got stood up, and then he tried to spin to the right and just was not able to get outside, and he'll be stopped after maybe a half-yard gain. I think it's going to be no gain, so second down and 10.
Looks like Bemidji's committing a little bit more to the run, although they only have 6 guys in the tackle box right now.
Talon Witt working out of the shotgun here. He's got Waltzing, and Waltzing got the delayed handoff. This time stayed behind the right side of that offensive line. Guys like Jensen Martinson and Jack Morissette helping to provide some blocking. And Waltzing will actually pick up about 7 on the play. It'll be third and short here for Alexandria.
Yeah, he did a nice job of reading his blockers there. He's a little bit more patient that time and found the hole.
Alexandria 1 for 2 on third down so far tonight. This is third and manageable for Alexandria. Cardinals with the football just outside Bemidji's 30-yard line. Third and less than 3 for Alexandria. Mason Witt in motion to the left. Talon Witt's going to tuck the football in, cuts upfield. He's got the first down. Inside the 20. There he goes, and he's gone!
He got a nice block from his line, but he also got a big block from Jackson Waltzing to set him up.
So Talon Witt on the keeper will go 31 yards for a score, and Alexandria puts points on the board. The Cardinals are now up 14-0. That will go as a sprint of 31 for the senior quarterback Talon Witt. And for the second time tonight, the Cardinals capitalize on a Bemidji turnover and have some points on the board. We have 2 minutes and 58 seconds to go in this first period, and it's been a strong start for the North Star North District champions and the number 1 seed. Alexandria up by 14, trying to tack on 2 more here. Here's Talon Witt, and he keeps the ball, tucks it in, gets up toward the goal line, and he is across for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, it was an option that time. He had an option to pitch it to Mason Witt, and he just maneuvered his way through a little crease and found the end zone.
So Talon Witt accounts for all 8 points on that series, scoring the 31-yard touchdown. And then he runs in the 2-point conversion, and Alexandria doubles its lead. It is now 16-0 for the Cardinals, under 3 minutes to go in the first period. And Tim Zupfer, I would think, first, 9 minutes or so of this football game has gone probably as well as you could expect for the number 1 seeded Alexandria Cardinals, especially with the defense doing what it's doing. Even though the defense yielded some yardage on one of Bemidji's series, Bemidji, 3 series, 3 turnovers so far.
Yeah, it looked like they had us a little bit on that hook and ladder, but they didn't execute. You wouldn't expect that team to turn it over their first 3 possessions.
Now a deep kickoff, and it's going to be fielded at the 7-yard line, and the return man, Talon Schermerhorn, tried to get to the wide side off to the right, and he's going to be slowed down. And, we've seen Ethan Carlson kick it deep as he's got a little bit of a breeze at his back, and Alexandria's downfield kick coverage has been pretty solid. Bemidji has not been able to rip off a huge gain on kickoff return.
Yeah, very good. That time, Lane Lindstrom, tackler on special teams.
Yeah, so I think the return is only going to be out to the 16-yard line, so that's only a return of about 8 yards there. Bemidji's going to start its 4th series with a 1st and 10 inside their own 20-yard line. Owen Vandermeer is going to tuck the football in, and he's going to keep it, and he'll be dropped after a gain of about 2 yards. And was that Blake Scholl over on that left side there?
Yes, it was. I turned around. I got the number. I thought I saw number 10 on the back as he was making the tackle, but I confirmed it when he got up from the plate.
So a pickup of 3 brings up 2nd down and 7. Again, Bemidji's had tremendous ball security issues in the first quarter. 3 possessions and 3 giveaways. Not what you want to do if you're the Lumberjacks in a section final. Now we've got a handoff, and again, Bemidji tried to keep it between the tackles here, and the ball carrier got dropped after a short gain. I think that was Brennan Brower getting the last carry for Bemidji.
And I think it was Blake Scholl again on that tackle. It was either him or Connor Wang.
Gain of about 3 for Brower, and it is 3rd down and about 4 for Bemidji. The Lumberjacks 0 for 2 on 3rd down. The Bemidji football team needs to get out to its own 26-yard line to move the chains. Now the Lumberjacks shift some people to make that strong side formation to the right. Vandermeer's going to pitch it, and it's going to be incomplete. I think he was trying to connect possibly with Reese Snidy or maybe Miles Gish, working his way out of the backfield, but Alexandria defended that well downfield.
Yes, they did, and Bemidji's got a big decision here.
Yeah, it's 16-0 right now. Still a lot of the football game to be
Looks
played.
Like they are going to punt.
So that would bring Miles Gish in. But again, Gish is a threat to run, but this would be really chancy to try a fake punt back inside. Maybe we do have a different punter here for Bemidji. I know in the regular season they were using Gish as the punter, but the line of scrimmage is the 26-yard line, and it is Talon Schermerhorn who is the punter, and he will punt it away, and the Cardinals are going to get the football up near midfield. So Alexandria's defense has done the job so far tonight. 4 series for the Cardinals defense, no points for the visitors. And Alexandria is actually going to start with the football for the third time tonight on Bemidji's side of the field. That punt into a bit of a breeze only went 20 yards. So Alexandria will start at the 46 on Bemidji's side. The Cardinals had one series start at their own 20, but the other three, this being the fourth of the night now, has started on the Lumberjacks side of the field. Alexandria leading 16-0. Here's the swing pass right side. Mason Witt gets the catch, and then he navigates to the outside behind a block from Thomas Hinrichs, and he'll work forward for a pickup of a couple of yards.
Yeah, it's that they run that screen out there to him with two blockers in front of them, and Bemidji players did a good job of fighting off their blocks to hold them to only 2 yards.
So it'll be second down and 8 yards to go. Clock on the move as we're now under 1 minute remaining in the first period. Alexandria up by 16 in this Class 5A Section 8 championship game. Blake Scholl now in the backfield to help assist on the blocking, and handoff goes to Brody Berg back in, and he meets a couple of defenders about 3 yards away from the first down gain, and then he continues to plow through. He'll end up making it about a 10, 11-yard run, and Alexandria has a first down.
A lot of times when we bring Blake Scholl in, he'll line up as a tight end. That time he was a true H-back, almost in a fullback position, and the Cardinals able to pound it right up the gut.
So it is a first down for the Alexandria Cardinals. Line of scrimmage now, the Bemidji 34-yard line. Here is Talon Witt faking the handoff. He's looking to throw. Now he's pressured. He's going to roll to the right, and he'll throw it along the sideline. It'll be out of bounds. Thomas Hinrichs was trying to do some work along the sideline. Penalty flag thrown in the backfield, and we might have a holding call on the Alexandria Cardinals. That will be the case. So it's a 10-yard walk-off against Alexandria here. So they're going to spot the football back a little bit closer to midfield.
So they went.
Yeah, this is actually.
They must have went and. Must have went with illegal use of the hands rather than holding, because holding it should have been from the original line of scrimmage, and they're marking this off from now they're moving it back.
Okay. So maybe upon further review.
Okay. So it was holding. And they did mark it off from the original line of scrimmage. That saved the Cardinals 5 yards.
Right. So the ball is still on Bemidji's side of the field, and it's 1st and 20. At the 44-yard line. This will be an untimed down. I'm really surprised that we have this, but the Cardinals get one more play to operate with the wind at their back. Here's a pitch back to Talon Witt, spins forward, and he'll pick up about 9 yards on the last play of the first quarter. We'll head to period number 2 in 1 minute. Good start for the top-seeded Alexandria Cardinals in this Class 5A Section 8 championship game. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard after 1 has Alexandria leading Bemidji 16-0.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
For Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep, make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
Alexandria will face the second down and 11 yards to go as we get the second quarter underway. The Cardinals operating with the football on Bemidji's side of the field, in front 16-0. Here's a handoff. Brody Berg able to shed one would-be tackler for Bemidji, but then he'll be stopped after a short gain, and it will be third down and about 8 here for the Alexandria Cardinals.
Yeah, when we've had Grady Starzel out on one side of the pass formation by himself, he's in single coverage, and they've been rolling the safety over to whichever side Thomas Henricks is on. Tight formation this time for the Cards.
Right, third down and 8. The Cardinals with the ball at the 34-yard line. Talon Witt rolls out to his right. He'll throw across the field for Thomas Henricks. Wide open inside the 20, 10, and he crosses over into the end zone. Touchdown, Alexandria. And the Cardinals strike again in the second quarter to go up by more than 20. Oh, a little bit of a misdirection there, but Thomas Henricks was wide open on the left side, caught the ball inside the 20 and sprinted up the sideline and was able to cross the plane of the goal line to get the points for Alexandria, and the Cardinals are now up by 22 points.
Yeah, they kind of had most of the motion going to the right side of the field and had Thomas Henricks on a crossing route.
So that will be a 34-yard touchdown pass from Talon Witt to his good friend Thomas Henricks. And now Alexandria will go for 2, trying to increase the lead up to 24. Brody Berg is in the backfield here. Now we're going to have a receiver in motion. Talon Witt's going to roll to the right. Now throws to the back of the end zone, and it's going to be caught for the 2-point conversion.
Boy, Thomas Henricks did a nice job of mixing up his route there. He was covered initially, but found an open spot in the end zone.
Yep, so Henricks will catch the 2-point pass. Alexandria now 2 for 2 on, or 3 for 3, I should say, on 2-point conversions. We are 46 seconds into the second period, and Alexandria's added to the lead. 30-second timeout here. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard now has the Cardinals leading Bemidji 24-0.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Holy cow.
As we come back to the action here at Viking Bank Field in Alexandria, Reese Knighty gets the kickoff here, and he gets leveled at the 21-yard line, so the Lumberjacks will be stuck with some poor field position once again. Alexandria's latest scoring series, 46 yards in 5 plays, 34 picked up on the touchdown pass from Talon Witt to Thomas Henricks. And the 2-point conversion pass, that same combo makes it 24-0. And Bemidji will start inside its own 30-yard line. It looks like the line of scrimmage is the Bemidji 26. And now it might be a situation here where Bemidji's going to have to respond with some points. Alexandria's dominated this game up to this point. Now we've got a gain here for the Bemidji running back Brower, as he'll pick up maybe about 4 there. But again, Alexandria's pursuit really strong.
Another good defensive play by Blake Scholl, and on that kickoff return for the second time in a row, a big hit by Lane Lindstrom.
So it'll be second down and a short 6 here for the Bemidji Lumberjacks. Looks like that ball actually out at the 31-yard line. So Bemidji down by 3 scores and 3 2-point conversions. It's 24-0. Here's a toss to the outside. Reese Knighty gets it, and he'll scoot up the sideline out past the 30, and he's able to get the yardage for the first down. And looks like the line of scrimmage will now be the 33-yard line. The original line of scrimmage was the 21.
Yeah.
So now Bemidji's gotten combined 12 yards on a couple of rushing plays and now operates out beyond the 30-yard line.
Grady Starzo with another tackle.
Again, the Jacks wearing the white jerseys, white pants, and here is a delayed handoff, kind of a counter, if you will, and the running back for Bemidji, I think that will be Miles Gish getting the carry there, and he'll pick up about 7 yards.
Grady Starzel again on a tackle, assisted by Connor Anderson.
Bemidji has had a lot of different people touch the football in the backfield tonight. Gish, along with Brennan Brower, Reese Knighty, even quarterback Owen Vandermeer has kept the football a couple of times tonight. Second down and short here as Vandermeer is going to he faked the handoff, and instead he ran into Evan Zabel, who kind of tossed the quarterback to the turf like he was a rag doll there.
We do have a Cardinal down.
Yep. So, as you watch on the YouTube channel, Quality Real Estate, bringing you that instant replay, I want to tell you, Evan Zabel looked like a pro wrestler there as he brings down Vandermeer, and it will actually be a slight loss on the play. The ball's going to be back at the 30 or just shy of the 40-yard line. Blake Scholl, the player that's being looked at here, and now he gets up on his feet, and he's going to jog over to the sideline, and that's good to see. So it'll be third down and 3 yards to go. This might be four-down territory at this point of the football game for Bemidji.
I think it would be. And Brody Berg in for the Blake Scholl's got to sit at least one play.
Yep, so Berg will be in as part of the defense for Alexandria here. Here's Owen Vandermeer pitching back to Miles Gish, trying to get to the edge. He does, and he's got a first down out past midfield into Alexandria territory, and he will sprint out of bounds at about the 47-yard line.
We had a flag thrown at the end of the play there. I don't know if we got charged for a hit out of bounds.
We'll see, but as it stands, it's a gain of 13 here for Miles Gish, and Bemidji has its first down. They're going to get Alexandria, I believe, with a personal foul, late hit out of bounds, so additional penalty yardage will be tacked on. The first down is gained by the running play for Miles Gish, and then 15 additional yards are added, so that will put the ball now on the 32-yard line in Alexandria territory. So that will be the second infraction tonight for the Alexandria Cardinals.
Last time Bemidji started getting this close, we were able to come up with an interception in the end zone.
Yeah. Well, Alexandria has been practicing thievery tonight on Halloween with 3 takeaways so far. Here is Owen Vandermeer looking to throw. He's got the wind at his back. He's going to air it out for Reese Knighty, who makes the catch, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Bemidji Lumberjacks. That will go 33 yards as Snighty will be on the receiving end. And the Lumberjacks are on the board here in the second period.
They have a good kicker, but let's see if they chase the points. Looks like they will.
Yep, so Bemidji is on the board now, trailing 24-6. Now, key here, if Alexandria can get a stop on the 2-point conversion attempt, the Cardinals still have a 3-score lead. If Bemidji does score the 2, then it's a 2-score lead. Each score lead represented by 8 points. And we've got quarterback Owen Vandermeer under center, player in motion. It's going to be a pitch back, and the ball carrier is going to be roped down shy of the end zone. I think that was Grady Starzl who brought Miles Gish down, and the 2-point conversion is no good, and that leaves Alexandria with the 18-point lead here in period number 2. We'll keep it right here as it's 24-6 now for the Alexandria Cardinals. Our scoreboard updates being brought to you by Glenwood State Bank. Bemidji's series there ends up being 6 plays, 79 yards. 15 of those include a defensive penalty. And Owen Vandermeer able to go up top to his receiver, Reese Snidy, for the score. And now Bemidji has some points. So the Lumberjacks, after turning the ball over on their first 3 possessions, then punting the ball away to conclude the 4th possession, score on possession number 5 tonight. Alexandria did win the original coin toss and elected to defer the choice to receive the ball to start the second half. So hopefully the Cardinals will be possessing a lead when we get into the second half of play.
Grady Starzo with another tackle. He and Blake Scholl, numbers have been called for multiple tackles in this first half.
Yeah, and, encouraging thing to see. They are a couple of underclassmen, both juniors this year for the Alexandria Cardinals.
I think the Cards better make sure they're ready for potential onside kick here.
Yeah, that could be. Bemidji, obviously got into a big hole early, but still some football to be played. 8:42 to go until halftime. And the visitors are on the board, now trailing by 18.
Yep, they got the ball. They have it on its side, or is it teed up? I can't tell.
I believe it is now on the tee. I think it may have blown off the tee a little while ago, but Bemidji will kick the football, and it will be a deep kick, and this will be fielded by the Cardinals. Brody Berg at the 3-yard line, gets through a seam and works his way up to about the 30. So that's a good return there for the Cardinals. Brody Berg.
Yeah, he found a nice seam there and got it all the way out to the 30.
So the Cardinals will start 70 yards away from the Bemidji end zone. Actually, I think they'll spot the line of scrimmage at the 31-yard line. So Alexandria again, total of 4 possessions so far, 3 scores, 3 2-point conversions, and a punt. Trips to the left side here on 1st down and 10, the ball on the right hash mark. Talon Witt hands off, and the running back Jackson Waltzing will get the carry on the first series of this possession, and he navigates forward for about 2 yards, maybe 3. It'll be 2nd down and 8 yards to go here for Alexandria. If you are watching on our YouTube channel right now, the Cardinals, being the home team, wearing the dark jerseys, red jerseys, black pants, and Alexandria flowing right to left here in this second quarter of play. Talon Witt is the quarterback. He's got Jackson Waltzing joining him in the backfield. Mason Witt, Thomas Hinrichs, Brady Gunberg, those are the 3 receivers to the left side.
Grady Starzo's got single coverage up top.
Yep, and here's Talon, and he'll pitch it to Brady Gunberg, and the catch is made, and that will be a pickup of about 4 yards there.
That's a little play they run where it's a run-pass option there, and defensive player committed to Talon Witt, and he tossed it to Gunberg for the short gain with a couple blockers.
Yeah, it'll be a pickup of about 5, and that's going to leave Alexandria with a 3rd down and 3. The Cards with the ball at their own 38-yard line. It's Alexandria 24, Bemidji 6. We are in the second quarter. Not yet 5 minutes elapsed in this second period. Dave McClurg and Tim Zuffer with the play-by-play. Now you've got 2 receivers on each side, as I think we're going to get a stoppage here, and Alexandria head coach Mike Empting is going to take the timeout, and I believe we will do the same here on our Leighton Media platforms. Time remaining in the first half is 7:04, and on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in the Class 5A Section 8 football championship game, Alexandria leads Bemidji 24-6.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind, because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Welcome back to Viking Bank Field at Alexandria Area High School. We've got Steve D as our KXRA radio studio engineer. JP Boline is our videographer on top of the press box here at Viking Bank Field. And along with Tim Zuffer, I am DMAC and Dave McClurg with the play-by-play. Alexandria is up by 18. The Cardinal offense is on the field, facing a 3rd down and 3 at the Alexandria 38. Talon Witt will keep the football. He'll work his way up the sideline, and he gets the first down. And again, some good blocking on that left side. I think Brody Berg might have been a player that assisted, and then I think you also had Spencer Kleindl on that left side.
Yeah, I don't know if it was Brody or it was Jackson Waltzing out there on the. Brody made it come on for one play, and now Jackson Waltzing's back in the backfield.
Yep, so a gain of 6 there on the keeper for Talon Witt, and Alexandria has the first down. Now the Cardinals will give it off as Jackson Waltzing will get the football here, but got stopped very close to the line of scrimmage there as Bemidji had Braylon Lucier, among others, on the stop.
Yeah, Bemidji's really stacking that line of scrimmage. If we break through, we're going to have a lot of open field in front of us.
Well, let's see if the Cardinals can execute that. That'd be fun to see. Get a chunk play.
Now they committed 7 guys to the box, though. So my guess is we're throwing on this one.
Yep. For a 2nd down and 9 at the 45-yard line. Here's Talon Witt. He hands off, and there's Jackson Waltzing getting the carry and works his way over the right side here and gets the football up to midfield, maybe a yard into Lumberjack territory. Nope, looks like, now they will spot it just inside the 50-yard line. We'll credit Jackson Waltzing with a gain of 5 there, and it'll be 3rd and a short 4.
Brendan Behrens with pancake block on that play.
So 3rd and manageable here for the Alexandria Cardinals just inside Bemidji territory. Alexandria leads 24-6. We're now under 6 minutes remaining here in the first half. Talon Witt with about 3 seconds to go on the play clock gets the snap from Behrens, pumps once, pass left side, sliding catch made by Thomas Hinrichs at the 41-yard line. Thomas Hinrichs, a good hands person for the Alexandria Cardinals, and he'll haul in that pass. It's a 9-yard gain, and Alexandria picks up another 3rd down conversion for a first down.
Yeah, Thomas making a real nice adjustment on that ball.
So Alexandria with a first down now on the Bemidji side of the field, and here goes Jackson Waltzing, and he gets into the 2nd level, and Miles Gish tracks him down. Otherwise, that might have been an even bigger gain.
Yep, that's as our line should gradually wear those players down, and like I said, if he gets through that, I think they had just 1 linebacker in there and 4 down linemen. All he's got to do is bust through, and he's got a lot of open field.
The Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the Bemidji 20, and now Jackson Waltzing got stood up, and he'll be smacked right near the line of scrimmage. Little to no gain there for the Cardinals junior running back Jackson Waltzing.
Yeah, I think if we have that situation again, we might see Talon keep the ball because it looked like he had a lot of open field if he would have just faked that handoff.
A 4-receiver set. Waltzing in the backfield, joined by senior quarterback and captain Talon Witt. Alexandria up by 18 points, 24-6. The Cardinals just inside the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. Start seeing red with Alex Rubbish and Recycling. Now here's a good snap back to Talon Witt. He's going to look to the left side of the end zone for Mason Witt, and it's going to be incomplete. And we've got a late flag coming out, and another. We might get some interference on Bemidji, which should mean half the distance to the goal line penalty here. Now, if this were the National Football League, it would be a foul in the end zone and 1st and goal at the 1, but we are not in the NFL.
Yeah, I think, Mason was making an adjustment on that ball, trying to come back and catch it, but the defender never turned around to play the ball and obstructed that, so it's pass interference.
Yeah, it will be half the distance to the goal line, so basically a 10-yard penalty, and a first down for Alexandria. So first and goal now at the 10. Bemidji is suffering its first penalty of the night. So Alexandria trying to offset Bemidji's touchdown on the Jacks last series with a score of their own.
Brody Berg in the backfield now.
And here's the handoff. Berg right side, slices his way up inside the 5-yard line, and he'll be brought down, but he's not an easy guy to bring down. He might not be very tall stature-wise, but he is very strong, and he's not afraid to initiate contact on those defenders that are trying to take him down.
Yeah, especially if it's a smaller defensive back. He really kind of thrives on that.
It'll be a pickup of 6, so it's second down and goal to go at the 4-yard line. Alexandria knocking on the door. This will be the 10th play of this series. Cardinals already up by 18 points. Talon Witt again waiting the shotgun snap from Brendan Behrens. He's got it, and Berg navigates, and this time Bemidji stands him up and kind of winds him back down to the turf there. Logan Karen, among others, in on the tackle for Bemidji.
Well, if you recall our first possession, we had a similar situation where they were able to tackle Brody on first and second down, and then Talon was able to take it into the end zone himself.
This is a third down and goal play. Alexandria 5 for 6 on third downs tonight, scoring on a third and goal play earlier to cap off the first series of the night. Talon Witt is going to hand off, and this time Berg is going to get smothered right around the 4 or 5 yard line. So Bemidji's defense got kind of stubborn back against its own end zone here. No gain for Berg. So now fourth down and goal coming up here for Alexandria.
Yeah, it's essentially just another 2-point conversion here.
Yeah,
maybe just a little bit longer than that, maybe half a yard longer.
Yeah, line of scrimmage right now is the 4-yard line. Alexandria is going to let some time roll. We're under 2 minutes to go, and Mike Empting might be inclined to take a timeout once the play clock winds down.
I think that's their plan.
Yep, and then they'll consider whether or not to bring Ethan Carlson out for a possible short field goal, or if you indeed keep the offense on the field. And Alexandria does take the timeout here. We're going to keep it right here with 1 minute and 44 seconds to go in the first half. Alexandria 24, Bemidji 6 in this Class 5A Section 8 championship game. These teams played each other in Alexandria 4 weeks ago tonight. That game, Bemidji actually had a 12-point lead going into the fourth quarter. Alexandria's defense was able to pitch a shutout in the last 12 minutes, and then the Cardinals scored 13 to come back to win 36-35. Here, Alexandria was able to take the lead with scores on the first 3 possessions of the game. Bemidji turned the ball over on the first 3 possessions of the game, and right now Alexandria is leading by 18, threatening for more after the Cardinals take the second of 3 timeouts in this first half of play. Do want to let you know that we will have the Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report coming up between the second and third quarters of tonight's game. The winner of this game is going to capture the Class 5A Section 8 title. Alexandria is aiming to do that for a third consecutive year. The state Class 5A quarterfinals for prep football will be a week from tomorrow. All 4 of the quarterfinal games will be on Saturday, November 8th at one of 4 sites. The winner of this game would go to one of 4 sites, either Monticello, Forest Lake, Osseo, or Woodbury. Alexandria is going to keep the offense on the field. It's 4th and goal at the Bemidji 4-yard line. Talon Witt gets the snap. He's going to roll to the right, tucks it in, and he'll score!
Yeah, he had the option to pitch it to Waltzing, but he was able to do it on his own.
So a 4-yard touchdown run for Talon Witt, his 3rd rushing score of the night. And he's been involved in all 4 of Alexandria's touchdowns in this game. And the Cardinals now have the lead of 30-6.
That drive was just what the doctor ordered. Almost 7 minutes off the clock and ending in a touchdown.
Yep, so it is now a 30-6 lead. The Cardinals, with the 3-possession lead, they're going to try to bump this up to 4 possessions and can do so with a successful 2-point conversion. Now we've got a player in motion. That's Mason Witt to the right side. Talon Witt will roll to his right. And now we'll fire the football. And it's a diving catch attempt, but not made in the end zone. So it's going to be an incomplete pass. I think Mason Witt was trying to make that rolling catch for the Alexandria Cardinals in the end zone. But the pass is no good. So Bemidji gets a little bit of a break there with the unsuccessful two-point conversion, but still Alexandria leads by 24. It is 30-6 for the Alexandria Cardinals. And keep in mind, Alexandria deferred its choice to receive the ball to the second half. So the Cardinals are going to take the football when the third quarter gets underway. Alexandria put together a sustained drive, 69 yards. And it ended up being 11 plays, or actually 12 plays, 69 yards, as Talon Witt is able to score on fourth down and goal. And the two-point conversion, no good. Ethan Carlson will now be taking a second kickoff into the breeze here. Alexandria with an 8-game win streak, and this contest is unfolded a lot differently than the regular season game did on Friday, October 3rd. Deep kick takes some spin, and it's going to be fielded at the 15-yard line, and the return man, Reese Snidy, is going to bring it out close to the 40, so kind of a line drive kick, but Bemidji gets a nice return, and the Lumberjacks are in business out at the 40-yard line, and Bemidji still has 2 timeouts remaining.
Miles Gray with a special teams tackle.
Bemidji was able to score on its last series, a 79-yard drive covering 6 plays. That got Bemidji on the board. This series will start at the 39-yard line, so the Jacks are 61 yards away from the Alexandria end zone. Owen Vandermeer will pitch it to the left side, and did Snidy make the catch? I think he did, right at the down marker, and that will be a 10-yard gain and a Bemidji first down.
I think it might be just short. They wound the clock to keep running.
Yep, and it's only a gain of 9 there, so no stopping of the clock to move the chains here, so Bemidji will go quickly here on the second down play. Vandermeer is going to fake the handoff. He'll roll to the right, still with the football. Now he's going to throw it out of bounds, and he barely got the throw across the line of scrimmage. So he was harassed in the backfield there. That will stop the clock with 60 seconds to go.
Thought we would get grounding here, but maybe he was outside the pocket and it barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
now they're talking about it. We still might get a flag.
Yeah, I thought that ball sailed out of bounds on the Alexandria side of the 50, which would be across the line of scrimmage. But the officials have the final view here, and judgment for that matter.
But he's got to be out of the pocket, too. And I guess he was.
Yeah, I think Bemidji satisfied both of the qualifications there to avoid grounding, but good pressure by Alexandria on the second down pass play there. Now it's third down. Let's see if Bemidji will just try to pick up the short yardage and get the clock stopped while they move the chains. Maybe Alexandria can get a defensive stop of its own, or better yet, a takeaway. Here's Owen Vandermeer running behind the center, and he'll lean forward. He does have enough yardage for the first down, as he'll pick up about 5 there.
Evan Zabel with that tackle.
So the clock briefly stops for the chains to be readjusted along the sideline. And now it's first and 10 at the Alexandria 46. Here's Vandermeer looking to throw. He's under some pressure. The ball's almost intercepted. Oh, Grady Starzl had a pick earlier tonight, and he's kind of smacking his hands together, thinking he almost got another takeaway here for Alexandria.
And if his momentum wouldn't have carried him out of bounds, he might have had 6.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. There was an avenue for him to find pay dirt at the north end of the field here. But Bemidji dodges a bullet there, and it is now second down and 10. The clock stopped with 38 seconds to go in the first half. Cardinals in front by a score of 30-6 in this Class 5A Section 8 championship game. Now Vandermeer will roll to his right. Still has the ball. Now he feels a little bit of pressure, and he'll go down. And That will be a gain of about 4 on the keeper there. And let's see if Bemidji's going to take a timeout.
Yeah.
I think the Jacks are going to do that here to preserve some time on the clock.
Brett Meyer with that tackle.
So we will have a third down forthcoming. That allows us to inform you that you are dialed into People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, audio through the Voice of Alexandria app. Thank you for enjoying tonight's coverage tonight on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Special thanks to Integrity Title of Alexandria for being our signature streaming sponsor of our Alexandria Cardinal Sports play-by-play all throughout the 2025-26 school year. Alexandria got off to a quick start in this game, and the Cardinals have played from in front since this game was 2.5 minutes old. 4 touchdowns for Alexandria in a total of 5 possessions. Bemidji has its 6th series of the night in progress. The Jacks have just 1 score. Also a punt and then 3 lost possessions. 2 lost fumbles and a pass interception. So the Cardinals have not turned the ball over tonight, and Bemidji has turned the ball over 3 times. Third down and about 6 here for the Bemidji Lumberjacks at the Alexandria 42. Here's a pitch. Reese Snidy has it. Now he's looking to shift, and he's got room to run. Inside the 35, he'll scamper up the sideline, and he'll be escorted out of bounds around the 25-yard line. So Snidy, in a kind of a wildcat formation there, carried the football himself, and he picks up about 17.
Connor Wang eventually making that tackle. We had one chance at him behind the line of scrimmage, but his ability to break attack, his shifty ability and his speed got him out of that.
Bemidji would love to get a score right before halftime to at least pick up some momentum going into the locker room. It is 30-6 in favor of Alexandria. This for a berth in the Class 5A state football tournament. Now here is a pitch. Snidy gets it. He'll go down in the backfield. Oh my, the Alexandria Cardinals read that misdirection, and Evan Zabel's going to get the tackle for loss here, and that's going to prompt Bemidji, I think, to stop the clock. And Tim, I'm almost inclined to make that our Culver's play of the game there because, again, Bemidji's getting a little creative, and Alexandria was all over that. So Evan Zabel's going to get credit for our Culver's play of the game for getting that defensive stop on a very good, speedy guy, Reese Snidy.
Yeah, they ran a reverse, which they had some success with us a few weeks ago, and Evan actually had another teammate in position to assist, but Evan didn't need his help.
That's right. Evan Zabel able to get the tackle for loss on the reverse there. So we'll make that our Culver's play of the game, presented to you by Culver's of Alexandria. Culver's, welcome to Delicious.
We've got 2nd and 14, but more importantly, only 14 seconds left on the clock. Does Bemidji still have one timeout, or have they used all 3?
Yeah, I think that's the last one for the Lumberjacks here.
Well, that's going to make it more difficult for them.
Yeah, I'm looking up on the scoreboard, and nope, it looks like Bemidji does still have one timeout remaining. So, now here is a fake handoff. Owen Vandermeer will look to throw on the 2nd down and long, and he's going to have to throw it out of bounds. And that took some time off the clock. That brought it down to 8 seconds. So incomplete pass, and Bemidji probably has time for at least 1 play, maybe 2.
Yeah, I think they got a chance for 2 plays, being they have a timeout. They could conceivably pick up some yardage and then decide to kick the field goal.
Yeah, right now the line of scrimmage is the 30-yard line. So if there is a kick here, it would be from close to 50 yards out. But I think Bemidji wants to get the touchdown and 2-point conversion. Now we're going to have a shift of a couple of people, and do we get a delay of game on Bemidji? So that extra shifting cost the Lumberjacks there 5 yards. Too much time on Bemidji, and that's going to move the ball back.
Boy, they had used a timeout in the first quarter doing that.
Yeah, to avoid the delay of game.
Right, so
and I looked up at the scoreboard a few moments ago, and it said timeouts, Alexandria none, Bemidji 1. I thought it should be reversed.
I think it should be the other way also.
Yeah, so third down and long. The Jacks need to get down to the Alexandria 13-yard line. The line of scrimmage now the 35, and now we're going to get
Cardinals
a timeout. And now, okay, so there is the last timeout for both teams here. So evidently the scoreboard was inaccurate a few moments ago when indicating one Bemidji timeout. The Lumberjacks took the previous timeout. Now Alexandria takes a timeout on defense.
Yeah, if that's the case, if we tackle them inbounds, they're not going to get another playoff.
Yep, so this almost has to be a play that goes toward the end zone for the Bemidji Lumber. Yeah, I don't even think the sideline's in play now unless you're looking for a short pass. I get the feeling Vandermeer is going to try to air it out and see if you can get Reese Snidy maybe open. He's a senior receiver for the Bemidji Lumberjacks. He's got very good speed. Of course, I say that, and he got tackled in the backfield on the reverse a couple of moments ago by Evan Zabel, but you know, Evan, for a big guy, he's got some pretty good speed, too.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, we reacted so well to that reverse that he never got time to shift into his high speed gear.
Yep. Glad to keep him on a lower gear there. So, might be the last play of the first half. It'll be third down and 22. And again, Bemidji's going to shift personnel to make the strong side the left side here. And Vandermeer will look to throw. He's going to air it out. It's going to be up for grabs, and it's going to be
intercepted.
Yep, it is intercepted. Grady Starzl got the deflection, and he picked it off, and now is up the field out past the 30.
Cut back.
Yeah, he is. 40-yard line. He's got one blocker ahead of him. Up to midfield. Bemidji trying to track him down, and Starzl finally will go down at the 40-yard line. A fourth Bemidji turnover, but we do have a penalty in
I think we're going to get a crackback block or a blindside block.
Yeah, after the interception, so the turnover is going to count. Grady Starzl's run back is probably going to be a bit limited, and Bemidji will be down 30-6 at the break. And Alexandria is going to get the football when the second half gets underway. So we'll see the yardage will be walked off, but again, no more time on the clock here in the first half. That deflection and the interception was brought back by Grady Starzl. And still having a conference here before the...
maybe the half isn't over.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Unless there was a penalty on the defense before the interception, then the half would continue. Okay, so they ruled an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the Alexandria Cardinals. So I believe that will mean that Grady Starzl, I believe, is going to get about 42 yards on the interception return. But the half is over. Turned out to be a very good first half for Alexandria. The Cardinals in control right now, leading by 24, and Alexandria will have the ball when the third quarter gets underway. The Midgame Report, presented by Eldon's Fresh Foods, is straight ahead after we enjoy these words on our Leighton Media platforms from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage. At halftime, in the Class 5A Section 8 football championship game, Alexandria leads Bemidji 30-6.
Resorts Marine in Osakis. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Osakis.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new and used equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best, piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center, for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CIRAC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Campus of Alexandria Area High School, and along with Tim Zuffer, I am DMAC Dave McClurg, welcoming you to our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report. The scoreboard favors the top-seeded Alexandria Cardinals heavily. It is 30-6 for Alexandria at intermission. I know we'll go inside the numbers in just a few minutes, Tim, but the one notable stat here is the comparison turnovers gained or, turnovers forced. Alexandria forced Bemidji into 4 turnovers in the first half, and the Cardinals, as they have wanted to do much of the year, in the regular season game, they had some turnover issues against Bemidji, but a turnover-free first half, and boy, Alexandria's really taken advantage getting those 4 first-half takeaways.
Yeah, it was big, that first Bemidji possession. We get the fumble right away, and so, we get 3 different times we get a short field and score touchdowns on each of them, and it's a little surprising to me that Bemidji's had 4 turnovers in the first half, and that's a total different script than it was the last time the Cardinals played Bemidji.
Yeah, that's right. The Cardinals turned the ball over 3 times in that regular season win. Bemidji had a couple of turnovers. Alexandria came back to win, but I think more importantly, Alexandria was able to convert some of those turnovers into points. I think out of the first 3 Bemidji turnovers, Alexandria got 2 touchdowns off of those. So, they've got things going their way, but again, I think right now the job is half done. There's still much more football to be played, and Bemidji has shown the ability to put a lot of points on the board. They've yielded points, but they're very capable of putting points on the board.
Yeah, they do have some game breakers and have the potential to be explosive, and so it's going to be important that the Cardinal offense continue to move the ball and put some points on the board, and the defense basically, keep the plays in front of them and make it difficult for, we can bend a little bit, but as long as the defense doesn't give the stuff up over the top, we're in pretty good shape.
Again, at the half, it is Alexandria 30, Bemidji 6 in this Class 5A Section 8 championship game. The Cardinals trying to win this section championship game for a 3rd consecutive year. Alexandria has gone to state out of Section 8 3 times in the previous 4 years, and they're trying to make it 4 in 5, and they're halfway home to doing that, leading 30-6. Scoring tonight, Alexandria scored on 4 of its 5 first-half possessions, along with 1 punt. The Cardinals got the first takeaway with a Fumble recovery on the Bemidji side of the field at the 22. That was on the Lumberjacks' second play from scrimmage. 4 plays later, Alexandria was on the board. Talon Witt ran the ball in from 3 yards out, kind of an RPO. And then Mason Witt threw the 2-point pass to Talon Witt. So Talon was on the receiving end of that pitch from his cousin, and it was 8-0 Alexandria. The Lumberjacks turned the ball over on their second series of the night when Grady Starzl intercepted an Owen Vandermeer pass in the end zone. The Cardinals had to punt on their second series, but then Bemidji turned the ball over on a fumble on the Alexandria side of the field, and 3 plays after that, the Cardinals had a score. Talon Witt on a 31-yard sprint, and he was able to run in the 2-point conversion, and late in the first quarter, Alexandria led 16-0. That was the score after 1 period of play. Then in the second period, the Cardinals tacked on to their lead, again getting a short field following a Bemidji punt. Talon Witt connected with Thomas Hinrichs on a 34-yard pass. That made it 22-0, and then those two connected on the 2-point conversion. So early on, the first minute of the second period, Alexandria led 24-0. Bemidji was able to come back, putting together a pretty solid series of its own. A 6-play, 79-yard march that led to a touchdown pass. I should say culminating in a TD pass from quarterback Owen Vandermeer to Reese Snidey, covering 33 yards. The 2-point conversion run was no good, and with 8:42 to go in the half, the Cardinals' lead was 18, but right after that, Alexandria took the football and put together a nice sustained drive. I think when Coach Z was mentioning it during the flow of the play-by-play, he said just what the doctor ordered, a sustained march down the field with a number of first downs, some third down conversions early in the series, and then the drive got capped off with a 4th down conversion, a 4-yard touchdown run for Talon Witt. With 1:40 to go in the half, the conversion pass was no good, and it would be a 30-6, and that is where we are at intermission. I'm still tallying some offensive stats, so I'm going to defer to Tim Zupfer here. He'll share some time of possession numbers and some defensive tackle information, and then I'll rejoin you momentarily with the offensive numbers.
Yeah, each offense, the Cardinals had the offense 5 times and scored 4 touchdowns. Bemidji had possession 6 times, got the 1 touchdown, but more importantly, the 4 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and 2 fumbles. Time of possession-wise, the Cardinals regained the time of possession lead with that big drive in the second quarter, which took almost 7 minutes of time off the clock, resulting in the touchdown. So Cardinals just under 13 minutes time of possession, and Bemidji about 10 and a half. Defensively, tackle-wise, 2 busiest players are Blake Scholl and Grady Starzl with 6 each, and Grady Starzl has 2 interceptions, and he might even have one of those fumble recoveries. I'm not sure if we ever quite figured out who had those. Other tackle leaders, Evan Zabel with 4, 2 each. Special teams tackles for Miles Gray and Lane Lidstrom. 2 tackles by Connor Anderson, and then 1 each for Jack Morissette, Aiden Schneiderhan, Connor Wang, Brett Meyer, Carson Getch, and Riker Johnson also with a special teams tackle.
Very good. So those are some of the defensive numbers and time of possession information. Offensive numbers, first of all, comparison. Plays run from scrimmage. Bemidji ran 30, Alexandria 27. First downs tonight, each team with 8. Bemidji had 5 rushing, 3 through the air. Alexandria had 5 rushing first downs, 2 passing first downs, and 1 by defensive penalty. Total yardage quite even here. Bemidji 169, Alexandria 173. But keep in mind that 3 of the 5 Cardinals series in the first half started on the Bemidji side of the field, and maybe the most glaring comparison here, turnovers. None for Alexandria, 4 for Bemidji. Checking out some of the individual numbers for the Cardinals, 21 rushes and 6 passes. The Cardinals averaged about 6 yards per rush. 123 yards on the ground and 21 carries. Talon Witt, 5 touches for 53 yards on the ground and 3 rushing TDs. Brody Berg, 9 carries for 40 yards. Jackson Waltzing, 7 carries for 35 yards. Through the air, Talon Witt went 4 for 6 for 50 yards. 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Thomas Hendricks with a couple of catches for 43 yards. 1 reception for Mason Witt for a couple of yards, and 1 reception for Brady Gunberg for 5 yards in tonight's game. So the Cardinals really have not had a pressing need to throw the football tonight, but yet have completed 4 of the 6 passes that Talon Witt has thrown in tonight's game. Talon had 1 punt in the first half. That went 49 yards. The Cardinals had 3 penalties, 2 of which were accepted by Bemidji. The 3rd penalty was on the last play of the first half, the interception by Grady Starzl when there was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, but no yardage walked off. It was the end of the first half. So 25 yards lost due to penalties for Alexandria. 3rd and 4th down conversions, Alexandria excellent in both of those categories. 5 for 7 on 3rd down, 1 for 1 on 4th down in the first half. Bemidji's averaging about 5 yards per rush, 105 yards on the ground and 20 carries. The Jacks also had 64 passing yards in the first half. Owen Vandermeer 4 for 10 for 64 yards and 2 interceptions. Bemidji, the leading ground gainer, happens to be Vandermeer, the quarterback, it ended up being, it was Owen Vandermeer, 7 rushes for 44 yards. Reese Snidy had 4 carries for 17 yards. Miles Gish, 4 carries for 33 yards in that first half of play. Snidy was involved on 4 receptions in the first half for what will turn out to be 64 yards. He did try the hook and ladder there where he caught the ball and then tried to lateral it, and the ball got put on the turf, and Alexandria got one of its 4 defensive recoveries on that play back in the first quarter. 1 punt for Talon Schermerhorn in the first half, covering 20 yards. 2 penalties on the Jacks in the first half for a loss of 15 yards. Again, 4 turnovers for Bemidji, so their 3rd and 4th down percentages have been limited. Bemidji did go 3 for 6 on 3rd down and did not have a 4th down attempt in the first half of play. I suspect that will change in the second half if Bemidji continues to play from behind. It was 16-0 Alexandria at the quarter, 30-6. The Cardinals in front with 24 minutes of game time remaining in the second half ahead. That is the mid-game report, brought to you on our Leighton Media platforms by Eldon's Fresh Foods. Live, love, local. Eldon's Fresh Foods, 3rd and Nokomis, Alexandria. We'll enjoy these words on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube and on KXRA Radio from our Alexandria Cardinal Sports Boosters. Then Tim and I will join you for the second half of Alexandria Cardinal football next.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
Joining us tonight, whether you're watching on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube or listening to KXRA Radio, I would be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to the main man at Master Control at KXRA, Steve D. For the radio audience, we're getting bumpers out of our spot breaks and everything like that, and Steve gets the extra credit tonight. Terrific work on some of those bumpers, tinged with a bit of a Halloween theme. On this Friday, October 31st. It's been kind of spooky for the guests from Bemidji High School tonight as the Jacks are down 30-6. And Alexandria set to receive the football to begin the third quarter. Tim, first question. Do we see a Bemidji onside kick here?
Well, the Cardinals are preparing for it. I think there's probably a 50-50 chance we might see it.
Yeah, I think Brian Stoffel is going to try to work maybe to try to steal a possession here, and that would be to see if his team could recover an onside kick. And the ball is placed on the tee at the 40-yard line, and, again, Alexandria up by 24 points, and
ball rolls off the tee again.
So it'll be allowed to get placed back on.
Well, now if he's holding it, does that change the onside potential?
Now I think
he's got one more try at it before they have to have somebody hold the ball.
Yeah, Austin Rewer is the place kicker for the Bemidji Lumberjacks, and he is going to send it deep. So this will be fielded and now bobbled by Brody Berg, but he picks it up, now fumbles it again, and he'll have to fall on it on the 10-yard line. So that's probably been the closest to a ball security issue that the Alexandria Cardinals have had all night.
Well, that's kind of why you kick it along the ground. It's just it's just a little bit more difficult to get control of the ball, and it's still still damp out there as well.
So the Cardinals will start at their own 10-yard line. Alexandria's front line, centered by Brendan Barron, Spencer Kleindl and Jensen Martinson are the two guards. Evan Zabel and Jack Morissette, the two tackles. Talon Witt, the quarterback. Brody Berg, the starting running back. And four receivers in the game. Grady Starzl, Brady Gunberg, Mason Witt, Thomas Hinrichs. And the first call of the second half is an option, and Talon Witt's going to keep the football, and that gets Alexandria out of some bad field position as he'll sprint up the left side for a gain of close to 20.
Yeah, he got a nice downfield block by Grady Starzl.
So the ball will be placed at the 28-yard line. That's a pickup of 18, and Alexandria with a first down. So that's the 9th first down in tonight's game for Alexandria. Again, the offensive yardage and the first down numbers very similar, but 4 first-half turnovers by Bemidji against Alexandria. Part of the reason why the Cardinals are up 30-6. Here is a pitch right side, and the ball's going to be caught. Mason Witt able to get to the edge and up the sideline, and I think he may have enough for a first down.
It's close. He had some nice blocking out front by Gunberg.
Yeah. So I think he's going to, nope, it looks like they marked him out of bounds back at the 36-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of about 8 yards there on that pitch and catch. Talon Witt to Mason Witt.
I think Thomas Hendricks is also out there blocking.
So now we've got a 3 receiver set to the left side, a single receiver wide to the right. Ball on the right hash mark, and here is a handoff. Berg goes over the right side, and he's able to get enough for the first down, getting tackled out near the 40-yard line.
Yeah, he got a solid 3 yards on that carry.
I think Braylon Lucier helping out on that stop there for Bemidji. And now the ball at the 40-yard line. So first down for the Alexandria Cardinals. Now here is a handoff. Berg gets it, room to run. He is at midfield now into Bemidji territory, and he'll be dragged down from behind at about the 37. So a quick opening play on the right side. That's going to pick up greater than 20. So a first down for the Alexandria Cardinals.
Yeah, good job by the right side of the offensive line, giving him a crease there, and Brody reading it and accelerating right through it.
I believe that gain will be 24 yards on that play. So the Cardinals on the Bemidji side of the field at the 36-yard line. Again, trips to the left, single receiver to the right side. Mason Witt, Brady Gunberg, and Grady Starzl to the left. Talon Witt to the right. Here is Talon Witt looking to run. He's got room to run up the middle, inside the 30, now inside the 25. He'll lower the shoulder pads and be dropped around the 24-yard line. So Bemidji had all the receivers covered pretty well, but Talon Witt took off with the football and picked up about 13, 14 yards.
Well, he got pressured from the left side of the Bemidji line. Maybe it blitzed a linebacker coming that way, and once he stepped up, he saw he had plenty of room, so he took advantage of it.
So now the Cardinals operate at the Jacks 24, advancing right to left here in this third quarter of play. And here's Talon Witt faking the handoff. He'll call his own number. He's got room to run. He'll scamper all the way into the end zone. And it's an Alexandria touchdown. 24 yards on the run for Talon Witt. His 4th rushing touchdown tonight. Talon has had a hand in all 5 of the Alexandria Cardinals scores, and the home team now leads 36-6. Boy, oh boy, Talon Witt having a night operating this Alexandria Cardinal offense.
Well, he's doing a good job of reading what the defense is giving him there, and you know, with committing so many guys to our passing game, once you break that line of scrimmage, there's a lot of open field.
Now Ethan Carlson is in to try the extra point. The snap is a little bit high, and Thomas Hendricks put the football down, but the kick will be no good. I don't know if it was deflected.
I think it was.
So that's going to stop play with 10:05 to go in the third quarter. We'll enjoy a 30-second break from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage. Updating the numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, it's now Alexandria 36, Bemidji 6.
CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks. Custom wood creations. Designed for beauty, built for life.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted Best Real Estate Company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
We've got 2 freshmen on this kickoff team.
Alexandria takes the second half kickoff and quickly moves down the field. A 5-play, 90-yard drive. 4 first downs out of the 5 plays gained, and Talon Witt's able to score from 24 yards out, and Alexandria now has a 36-6 lead. This is the biggest advantage of the night for the top-seeded Alexandria Cardinals. And now we've got a bouncing kick down the field, and it's a live ball picked up at the 18-yard line, and now some room to move here for the return man for Bemidji, and I believe that will be Brayland Eliason that brings the ball back out to near the 20, actually Yep, I believe out close to the 30-yard line. And first down for the Lumberjacks. Actually, a little further out. It'll be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, we had Carter Athey and Mikhail Winter in on that tackle.
So first down for the Lumberjacks, and Bemidji will run the football here, and it's going to be a short gain. And that's going to be Trevor Larson with the football for Bemidji, picking up about 3 yards. Second down and 7 to go for Bemidji.
That time we had Jack Morris set in on that tackle.
So second down for Bemidji. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, the Lumberjacks are operating left to right as you view tonight. The Jacks with the white jerseys and the white pants. Navy blue numbers and lettering. And here's a handoff, and the ball carrier got stood up, and little, if any, gain there for the Bemidji back. And that will bring up third down. So I think Larson got it again.
Blake Scholl, one of the tackler, and
so third down and 7 yards to go. Even though this is early in the second half, this could very well be 4-down territory for Bemidji. The Jacks need about 6 yards to gain the first down here. The ball is spotted at the 39-yard line. Down to 10 seconds to go on the play clock here. Bemidji better not do any shifting, otherwise they might get a delay of game. Now here's Vandermeer, and he's going to hand off, but again, not much gain there. Maybe only a couple of yards before the stop is made.
Ran into Connor Wang there. Cardinals employing basically a 3-5 defense with 3 down linemen and 5 linebackers.
Brennan Brower got the last carry, and he only picked up 2 yards.
3-4.
Yeah. So now Bemidji showing punt formation here. Always be careful for a possible fake. But nope, it's going to be punted away by Schermerhorn, and it's going to be a return for Mason Witt from the 21, and he'll actually lose yardage. And that punt will travel 38 off the foot of Talon Schermerhorn, and Mason Witt will be stopped for a loss of 4. So the net ends up being a little more than 40 for Bemidji. So Bemidji did not elect to try a fake punt there or even go for it on fourth down. So Alexandria's offense comes back out onto the field with a 36-6 lead. We hope you're enjoying our coverage tonight, along with Coach Z, Tim Zupfer. This is DMAC Dave McClurg with the play-by-play. Line of scrimmage is the 17-yard line. Alexandria went 90 yards for a score on the first series of the second half. Talon Witt at quarterback for Alexandria, and he's going to hand off. And there's Jackson waltzing into the open, out past the 40, midfield, Bemidji 40, and he'll be knocked out of bounds around the 32-yard line. And the Alexandria Cardinals get a chunk play, this time by junior running back Jackson waltzing.
Yeah, just off left tackle that time, and he got past those 4 down linemen and 1 linebacker, and they had to run him down from behind.
That will be a 54-yard sprint for Jackson waltzing, which gets him in the vicinity of 100 yards rushing here. And just like that, Alexandria's on the Bemidji side of the field at the 29-yard line. 36-6, the Cardinals already in front. Trips to the right side, which is the wide side of the field. Here's a pitch, and it's going to be caught. And the receiver turns upfield. He'll be dropped by Schermerhorn. That's Mason Witt on the receiving end there. Don't know if it was enough for a first down, but it'll be very close.
Yeah, just a little quick slant for a productive gain of 8 yards, it looks like.
Yep, so second down and 2 yards to go. Talon Witt just attempted his 8th pass tonight. He has completed his last 6 after starting 0 for 2. He's got 66 yards, 1 passing touchdown. Talon Witt has damaged Bemidji a lot with his legs tonight. Talon with 4 rushing touchdowns to go with that passing TD. Line of scrimmage is the 21 on the Bemidji side. Here is a handoff. Brody Berg breaks one tackle, and he's going to find the end zone. Touchdown, Alexandria. Brody Berg is going to score on a 21-yard run, and Alexandria adds to the lead here in the third quarter. So Berg able to get into the end zone here. Alexandria's come out of the halftime with back-to-back scoring series. I don't want to necessarily say the route is on, but this is getting more lopsided for the number 1 seed. 42-6 now for Alexandria. And the Cardinals will go for 2 here. So you've got Brody Berg in as the running back, and I think now Talon Witt, I don't know if he was trying maybe to hand off to...
He never got the snap cleanly.
And then I think his knee touched the turf, and the knee on the ground means that the play is dead. We're going to take a timeout. 6:50 to go in the third as Alexandria pads the lead. It's now the Cardinals leading on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard over Bemidji, 42-6.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard, we build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
No tricks tonight for the Alexandria Cardinal football team, just treats for the fans, although Bemidji is going to get a special teams play here. Reese Snidy is going to bring the ensuing kickoff back, and it's going to end up being a Lumberjacks touchdown. So Reese Snidy was able to catch the ball on the bounce, and he brought it back more than 85 yards, and the Lumberjacks get a special teams score here. And that makes it a 42-12 game for the Alexandria Cardinals.
See what I'm guessing they're going for 2.
Yeah, well, why not? I mean, I know you've got the excellent place kicker in Austin Rewer, but Bemidji needs points, and if you can get 2 rather than 1, why not go for it?
Yeah, I would get it to 28.
42-12, and we still have 6:38 to go in this third period of play. So basically, Reese Snidy was able to score, and 12 seconds came off the clock, and now Bemidji is going to try to score the 2-point conversion and are able to get it across. So Miles Gish will run in the 2-point conversion, and Bemidji ends up having an 8-point possession, if you will, but again, that's a special team score as Reese Snidy able to bring the kickoff back. I'll note it for an 86-yard return on the kickoff for the score, and then the 2-point conversion run is good. So updating the numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, it now reads Alexandria 42, Bemidji 14. Tim Zuffer, I know that we've had a lot of our attention focused on the Alexandria Cardinal football team. Don't know if we have any athletes down in the Twin Cities who might be watching on our Voice of Alexandria live stream channel, but good luck to the Alexandria cross-country runners who are down in the Twin Cities tonight. They'll be competing in the state championships tomorrow.
Yeah, big day for both the boys and girls cross-country teams, and best of luck to them.
Yeah, Alexandria finished second behind Bemidji in the Section 8AAA Boys Cross Country Championships a week ago yesterday down in St. Michael. And then the Cardinals were a second-place finisher to the host St. Michael Albertville Knights in the 8AAA Girls Cross Country competition. Now Bemidji will try the onside kick here, and I think Alexandria is going to get the football out near midfield. And
wonder if that was
Cole Kronfeldt,
yep,
who may have
got
the recovery there. So good hands guy up front, and so Bemidji did try to do the onside kick. But, the Alexandria boys cross-country runners will compete at state at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon on the Les Bolstad Golf Course in Falcon Heights. The Alexandria girls cross-country runners compete around 3:15 tomorrow afternoon. Alexandria will start just shy of midfield. The Cardinals in front 42-14. Here is Brody Berg getting to the edge and now crosses midfield and will kind of lean forward, and he'll pick up about 5 yards.
Yeah, he bounced that outside and kind of semi-hurdled one tackler and got a good 4 to 5 yard, looks like 5 yard gain there.
Berg, Jackson Waltzing are both close to 100 rushing yards tonight. Talon Witt, according to my unofficial numbers, already over 100 rushing yards. I have Talon with 109 on the ground. Again, these are unofficial. Brody Berg with 94 and Jackson Waltzing with 89. So we could, by the end of the night, have 3 100-yard rushers in this section final game for Alexandria.
Kind of a three-headed monster there.
Here's Talon Witt, and he'll hand off to Berg. There's his bust into the open, and he will move it all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
That puts him well over the century mark.
Yep, so he becomes the second ball carrier for Alexandria to go over 100 yards in tonight's game. The line of scrimmage will be the 24-yard line. I believe that gain will be close to 24 for Brody Berg.
He's had a lot of success following the right side of his line there. Sometimes he bounces it outside. That one he cut back up inside.
So the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at Bemidji's 24-yard line. Alexandria in front 42-14. Here is a handoff to Berg once again. He kind of stood up. He was trying to maybe cut to the left side, and then he eventually got brought down right near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Bemidji lineman there did a nice job of stacking the play up and not letting Brody bounce it out to the left side.
So a gain of 1 there. It's 2nd down and 9. Time remaining in the third quarter, 4 minutes and 40 seconds, and the clock is on the move. Alexandria led by 24 at the break. The Cardinals are in front by 28 at the moment. 42-14 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Here's Talon Witt getting the shotgun snap. He'll hand off. Berg able to work his way over to the right side again and picks up some decent yardage. Maybe about 4, possibly 5 on the play. I think they're going to spot it just inside the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. Start seeing red with Alex Rubbish and Recycling.
Yeah, looks like it'll bring up a 3rd and 4 to 5. Looks like 4.
Yeah, and Cardinals in the first half went 3 for 4 or 5 for 7 rather on 3rd down. So 3rd down has been a good down for Alexandria tonight. Cardinals also went 1 for 1 on 4th down in the first half.
See if Talon calls his own number here.
Yep, he rolls to the right, and he's going to tuck the ball in. He's got the 1st down, and he'll work inside down to about the 8-yard line. So Talon Witt on the keeper there will pick up about 10. He is the first Alexandria back to go over 100 yards tonight. Brody Berg has also cleared 100 yards. I have Talon Witt unofficially now with 119 yards rushing in 9 carries and 4 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, that last play he had the option to either keep it or pitch it, and he recognized that he had the opportunity to pick it up himself.
1st down and goal to go for Alexandria inside Bemidji's 10-yard line. Cardinals up 42-14. Here's a handoff, and Berg to the outside, works his way up to the goal line, and he did not get across. He's close, but I think he got stopped inside the 1.
Yeah, he was able to make a good jump cut there to bounce it off the left side, and it's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 1.
So a gain of about 8 there for Brody Berg.
That's okay if we take just another 40 seconds off the clock here.
Right. It's almost like Alexandria's exerting its might by running the football and bleeding time against the visiting Bemidji Lumberjacks. Now I think you've got Blake Scholl in just off to the left, almost as an H-back, if you will, and it's a give-off. Berg up to the goal line, and did he make it in? Still no signal, and it will be 3rd down. But, Cardinals will try once again, knocking on the end zone door here. Already in front by a score of 42-14.
Yeah, they even had them maybe losing half a yard there.
So,
no, it's right on the goal line almost.
Yeah. So, again, this will take some more time off the clock as we go under 3 minutes remaining here in period number 3. Alexandria led 30-6 at the half. Right now, the Cardinals' lead is 28 at 42-14. And again, Talon Witt awaiting the snap from Brendan Behrens here. Berg in the backfield with him. And here's a handoff. Berg up the middle to the goal line, and he's in for the touchdown. So Berg is able to cap off with that 1 yard score, his second score of the period. And Alexandria increases the lead. It's now the Cardinals 48, the Bemidji Lumberjacks 14. And that will end up being another third down conversion, even though it's third and goal. The Cardinals get points and now have the 48-14 lead. 1:17 is our time remaining in the third quarter. Ethan Carlson will try the extra point. Blake Scholl snaps. Thomas Hinrichs with the place down, and the kick is up, and it is good. So Alexandria is able to increase the lead. It's at 35 points late in the third quarter. 77 seconds remaining in the period. 3 possessions for Alexandria to start the second half and 3 scores. And the Cardinals, they haven't batted 1,000 on their possessions tonight, but they're pretty darn close. Holy cow, this is now 7 touchdowns in 8 total series. This ends up being a 52-yard drive for a score. 8 plays, so again, Alexandria accumulating some time off the clock. Bemidji might have thought it got a little bit of momentum with the kickoff return. The flip side of that, Tim, is that Bemidji's defense had to come back onto the field.
Yeah, they did, and the Cardinals were able to possess the ball for a little over 5 minutes and put another score on the board. 7 out of 8, Dave, that would be 87.5% in my classroom.
Yes, and I believe you were a math instructor back in the day and everything. So, Brody Berg, 1 yard touchdown run, 8 plays, 52 yards for the score. And now Ethan Carlson angling the kick over to the far side. It's a live ball picked up at the 25-yard line. Loose ball on the turf, and I think Bemidji's going to recover it. Again, the Jacks had turnover troubles in the first half, giving it up 4 times, but the return man, I believe, was Brennan Brower there for Bemidji, and he was able to recover it back at the 30-yard line, or maybe just shy of the 30. Yeah, I think 29-yard line is where the Lumberjacks will put it in play for just their second offensive series here in the second half. Bemidji was able to score on a kickoff return earlier in the third period. Now we're going to have a handoff here, and the ball carrier Miles Gish works his way for a short gain.
Another tackle by Grady Starzl.
Pickup of about 4 yards there. And now we've got an official timeout as a
Bemidji player down. One of the Cardinals was a little slow getting up, but the Bemidji player is the one that's down.
So if Bemidji is going down to defeat tonight, and it's looking pretty good with Alexandria convincingly in front by 35 points, and basically if this score is holding after 3 quarters, the fourth quarter would start with the mercy rule because the margin needs to be 35 points or greater. Bemidji has done very little offensively here in the second half. The Jacks again turned the ball over 4 times out of 6 possessions in the first half. Were able to get just 1 offensive score, and Bemidji's been kind of trying to navigate up against an avalanche tonight, and has not been very successful. Alexandria, for a second consecutive postseason game, has come prepared to play. The Cardinals have done a great job taking care of the football on offense, putting points on the board. As Tim pointed out, 7 possessions that have resulted in scores out of 8 total. That's almost 90% success rate there. And then defensively, the Cardinals getting 4 takeaways in the first half. And it's just like it's been a beautiful night for the Alexandria Cardinal football team, up by 35 and on their way to winning a Section 8 championship for a 3rd consecutive year. I know that one team has already qualified for the Class 5A state football tournament. We'll share a score with you on that later on in our broadcast. Now a pitch goes out to Reese Snidy. Snidy is able to get to the edge, and he'll work his way out of bounds, but that will be enough for a Bemidji Lumberjacks first down.
Mason Witt eventually forcing him out of bounds. Credit him with that tackle.
Snidy has actually scored both touchdowns tonight for Bemidji as he had a kickoff return earlier this quarter and was on the receiving end of a 33-yard pass from Owen Vandermeer back in the second quarter of play. Gain on the ground there was about 11 yards for Reese Snidy. So he's run the ball 5 times tonight. He also has 4 receptions in this game. Now the Jacks will run the football again. This is Brennan Brower with the carry, navigating up to midfield and crossing into Alexandria territory.
Grady Starzel with yet another tackle.
Pickup of almost 7 there for Brower.
Bemidji going to get a playoff before the quarter. Does not look like they will. Nope.
Nope. We'll head to the 4th, and Alexandria has this game in control. Through 3 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard for the Class 5A Section 8 title. It's all Alexandria as the Cardinals lead the Bemidji Lumberjacks 49-14.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
It's the right time for a getaway. It's the right time for a getaway. Let's get away.
Bow, wow, wow, he says, as we come back to the action at Viking Bank Field in Alexandria. 4th quarter now underway, and again, the mercy rule in effect with Alexandria in front of Bemidji by a score of 49-14. The quarterback, Owen Vandermeer, kept the football here, and he got stopped for no gain, so it'll be 3rd down.
Adrian Miles is the first one to stop him, and then Grady Starzel finished him off.
Bemidji is 3 for 7 on 3rd downs in tonight's game. The Jacks with the ball at the Alexandria 49. We're in the 4th quarter, and Alexandria is up by 5 touchdowns. Here's Reese Snidy getting the pitch. He gets to the outside, and I think he's got forward progress inside the 45, and that should be enough for a Bemidji first down.
I think we'll credit Brett Meyer forcing him out of bounds.
Yep, and the ball will be spotted at the 45, so a gain of 4 there for Reese Snidy. Bemidji with just its 2nd first down in the 2nd half, now 10 for the game. The Cardinals will be 9-1 and entering the state Class 5A football tournament once this night is through. Now here is handoff here, and the Lumberjacks back is going to get to about 7 yards here. And I think that may have been Brower getting the nope, I think it was actually, yeah, it was Brennan Brower with the carry. So 2nd down and 3 yards to go. So The Jacks now at the Alexandria 38-yard line, going right to left in this fourth period of play. And here is a counter, and there's Miles Gish getting a nice little gash to the right side and gets enough for a Bemidji first down and then some.
Connor Anderson with that tackle.
So the Jacks on the move, as that will now put Bemidji at the Alexandria 25-yard line. Miles Gish has accumulated about 50 rushing yards tonight in a total of 6 carries for 50 yards. Picked up about 13 there. Now Owen Vandermeer will look to throw. He's got a little time now, rolls to his right, and he's going to throw it out of bounds. Ball didn't get back to the line of scrimmage, but I think the Jacks quarterback was out of the pocket there, so that will be an incomplete pass. But the clock will continue to roll because, again, Alexandria is up by 35 points, so the mercy rule is in effect. We're now 3 minutes into this fourth period.
Yeah, Brett Meyer with the pressure on the quarterback, forcing him to get rid of it.
Second down and 10 yards to go. Bemidji with the ball at the Alexandria Cardinal 25-yard line. And now here's Brower getting the football, working his way to the right side, and he'll be stopped after a short gain, maybe about 4 or 5 yards, actually close to 7 on the gain, so a little bit better than I thought. And the Jacks are now in the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. Start seeing red with Alex Rubbish and Recycling.
Adrian Miles in on that tackle.
This is People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM. Audio through the Voice of Alexandria app. And thanks for watching us tonight on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Now here is a pitch going back. Gish tries to get to the outside, and I think he's got enough for the first down, as I think he was able to get past the sticks and stay in bounds.
Yeah, he was able to break a tackle.
So it'll be first down for Bemidji, and the ball will be spotted at the 11-yard line, so the Jacks can get a first down without getting a touchdown.
Brett Meyer in on that tackle.
This drive started for Bemidji back at the 29-yard line and has now moved to the Alexandria 11. Alexandria 49, Bemidji 14. We are in quarter number 4. The mercy rule in play right now, although Bemidji's knocking on the door. Here comes a pitch, and getting to the outside there is, I think, Gish, or he tried to get to the edge, and then he kind of stumbled a little bit and got brought down around the 9-yard line.
Yeah, it was Mason Witt with the tackle.
So second down and 8 now for Bemidji. This is a good-looking drive for the Lumberjacks, but it's been a time-consuming drive. We are now 5 minutes into this fourth quarter. And it's second down and 8. Bemidji with the ball at the Alexandria 9. The Lumberjacks have done a better job taking care of the football in the second half, but Bemidji going -4 in the turnover comparison in the first half spelled doom for the guests tonight. Now, Owen Vandermeer will look to throw, and the ball is going to be incomplete toward the right corner of the end zone.
Carson Gesh on the coverage.
So now we'll have a third down coming up for Bemidji at the Alexandria 9-yard line.
And the clock's rolling under 6 minutes.
Yep. The clock does not stop with an incomplete pass, as the mercy rule is in play right now, with Alexandria leading by 35. The Cardinals were up 30-6 at the break. Bemidji's only score in the second half has been a special teams kickoff return for a touchdown for Reese Snidey. And he also, Bemidji was able to get a 2-point conversion after that score. Owen Vandermeer now under center. He's going to roll to his left. He'll tuck the football in, spin around, and he'll get stood up around the 6. And now the Cardinals will get him to the turf here. Fourth down coming up for Bemidji. Be fourth down and probably about 5 or so for the Lumberjacks.
Brett Meyer in on another tackle, and he had a couple teammates assist him whose numbers I wasn't able to get.
Yeah, looks like they moved the ball only to the 7-yard line, so a gain of 2 there.
The clock is under 5 minutes as I speak.
Yep, and again, the clock will not stop unless we have a timeout taken. I believe if we would have a score on 4th down and then the conversion, that may stop the clock until the ball gets kicked off again. Now here's Vandermeer under center. He's going to look to throw. He's got the ball. He'll pitch it to the right side. The catch is made, and it's going to end up being a touchdown. I think Brennan Brower was able to come out of the backfield there and haul in that reception for a 7-yard catch and score. And Bemidji is on the board getting a 4th down conversion here. And it's now Alexandria 49, Bemidji 20. 4:37 is our time remaining in the game. So Owen Vandermeer has his 2nd touchdown pass of the night. And I think we're going to see Austin Rewer in to try the extra point kick. The snap comes back, ball placed down, the kick is up, and it is good. So we'll take a 30-second break here. Class 5A Section 8 championship game. We've got new numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It now reads Alexandria 49, Bemidji 21.
Better water starts with Eco Water. Get started.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Bemidji gets its first offensive score of the second half, at least score from the offensive unit. 13 plays, 71 yards. On 4th down, inside the 10-yard line, Owen Vandermeer connects with Brennan Brower on a 7-yard scoring pass, and the point-after-touchdown kick by Austin Rewer is good, and that makes it 49 for the Alexandria Cardinals, 21 for the Bemidji Lumberjacks. Alexandria will be making plans to be in the state football tournament for a 3rd consecutive year. The Cardinals closing in on a 9th straight win since the season-opening loss in late August to the Chanhassen Storm. Chanhassen, one of the teams playing in a section final tonight. In fact, their game may have gone final. We'll share some scores with you as part of our Jutner Motors post-game report coming up a little bit later here in the 9 o'clock hour in the Central Time Zone. And with that, we remind you that we're about to move into the longest weekend of the year, so before you retire Saturday night, set your clocks back 1 hour as standard time will begin Sunday morning. Austin Rewer is going to kick the ball deep here. Mason Witt will field on a hop at the 8-yard line, moves upfield out past the 20, and will bring it forward out to about the 25. And the Alexandria Cardinals will bring the offense onto the field, and let's see if we have some different people that will be coming out for the Alexandria Cardinals. And see a lot of the top line players coming over to the sideline as their night, I believe, is now done. And for that starting unit for Alexandria on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball, job well done. As the offense will now be led by Aiden Steffensmeyer for the Alexandria Cardinals. Again, game now in hand for Alexandria. I think Ty Miller may be in the backfield joining Steffensmeyer here. And the handoff goes to the Cardinals running back, and a short gain there. And Ty Miller will pick up a couple of yards there out to the 26-yard line. So second down, 8 yards to go. Again, the clock continuing to move. We're about to go under 4 minutes remaining in this one. Alexandria 49, Bemidji 21. I know that Brian Stoffel, the head coach of the Bemidji Lumberjacks, noted to me earlier today. He said if we want a reverse of the outcome from October 3rd, we've got to win the fourth quarter. Well, his team may end up winning the fourth quarter, but they were blown out in the first three quarters, so the fourth quarter not meaning quite as much as Coach Stoffel had hoped for ahead of this game. Aiden Steffensmeyer, the quarterback, will keep the football here, and he'll pick up a couple of yards himself, and it'll be 3rd down and 6 yards to go. But again, Alexandria is about to go to 9-1 on the year, and the Cardinals will be moving on to the Class 5A state football tournament. That will be 3 in a row for Alexandria for section championships and a 4th section title in the last 5 seasons overall. Alexandria continuing to run as much time off the play clock as possible. Aiden Steffensmeyer is going to hand off to Ty Miller here, and I think he got stopped near the line of scrimmage. Maybe a slight loss there. It'll be 4th down. So 4th down, that's just the 3rd time in 10 attempts tonight that Alexandria has not converted on 3rd down. But again, the Cardinals with this game well in hand, up by a score of 49-20.
They bring the first team punt team in for the punt tier.
Yep, the line of scrimmage for the Cardinals will be the 28-yard line. Talon Witt's first and only punt tonight was 49 yards. He's going to get this one away. Bemidji didn't have anybody back, so this is going to take a big bounce inside the 15, inside the 10. It's going to keep rolling and be down at the 5-yard line. I think that's going to be a 66-yard punt off the foot of Talon Witt to pin Bemidji deep. One final break during our play-by-play late in the 4th on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Alexandria leads Bemidji 49-21.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building.
Brennan Brower will get the first carry for Bemidji following a 66-yard punt for the Cardinals punter Talon Witt. And the gain is about 7. Bemidji starting this series on its own 5-yard line. Again, closing moments of this game. Right now, Bemidji in no hurry here. The Lumberjacks are going to end their year at 5-5, and this was a scenario tonight that things went against the visitors and really for the home team right away, and Bemidji never really was able to seriously recover. Got a handoff to Miles Gish, and then a late penalty flag is going to come down here.
Carson Getsch with the tackle.
So it's going to be a personal foul face mask penalty on the Alexandria Cardinals here. So that, by penalty, Bemidji's going to pick up a first down here. And that will be the Lumberjacks' 14th first down tonight. Alexandria with the 4th penalty in the game, 3 of which have been accepted by the Bemidji Lumberjacks, and now 40 penalty yards. So the Jacks now operating at their own 31-yard line. Bemidji's 5 defeats, 2 of those will end up being to the Alexandria Cardinals. Now here's a pitch as Gish gets to the outside, and he'll stay on his feet, working out past the 40-yard line, and it'll be enough for a Lumberjacks first down.
Lane Lindstrom with another tackle.
So the ball moving out closer to midfield here. Gish now up around 70 yards tonight. The Jacks really have not had a lot of explosive plays. Probably the most explosive play, they've had 2, one by their quarterback, on his touchdown pass to Reese Knighty in the first half. That covered 33 yards. And then Vandermeer actually had a 23-yard run back in the first quarter. And then the big special teams play. But the Cardinals have been able to keep Bemidji's big play capability from hurting them tonight. And here's Brower with the handoff here. Gets up to midfield as we're now down to the final half minute of this game, as the Alexandria Cardinal fans will start the celebration down below, as Alexandria will go into the playoffs as Class 5A Section 8 champions for a third consecutive year.
Lane Lindstrom in on that last tackle.
And right now, I don't know if Bemidji is showing a lot of urgency here. And now the Lumberjacks, Reese Knighty will get the carry, and that will be the last play of the game. And the Alexandria Cardinals are once again Class 5A Section 8 champions. 3 straight years for the Alexandria football team, 2023, 24, and 25. And Alexandria is now a 9-game win streak in progress after the Cardinals jump all over Bemidji in the opening half and roll to a victory over the Jacks. Final score on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, Alexandria 49, Bemidji 21. Bemidji's year ends at 5-5. Again, 2 of those 5 defeats coming to Alexandria. And then they have also had defeats against Elk River and Monticello. One of those teams is going to be making the state football tournament as well. And the Jacks, unfortunately for them, ran into a buzzsaw, but Alexandria is moving on to state after the Cardinals prevail by a final of 49-21. That's going to do it for our play-by-play. We do invite you to stick around. We're going to hear some messages from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage. Then we're back with the Jutner Motors post-game report. But right now, these words on our Leighton Media platforms.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep. Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind. Because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted Best Real Estate Company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Cardinal football captains step forward on the field to accept the championship trophy as Alexandria is going back to state out of Section 8. And there's a table where the trophy presentation was taking place. Yes, it got brought out of the way. Oh, and now give some credit to Brady Gunberg and Evan Zabel for rescuing the table so that they can kind of bounce in celebration here as Alexandria is able to advance to state for a third straight year. Tim, I think it's the second time in 3 years that the Cardinals have won the section championship on this field in Alexandria, but really a nice performance for the Alexandria Cardinals. You know, they got all sorts of momentum early on in this game, and Alexandria really never let up. It was just 4 quarters of solid football, and the Cardinals seem to be on the right tempo right now. They're going on to state with a lot of momentum.
Yes, they are. This was probably, after, it's probably the only game that was maybe a little bit of a downer in some of the coaches and players' minds after the third game of the season. It was the only one that that was contested, actually, and to come out tonight and they wanted to make that statement, and they were able to do just that.
Yeah, Alexandria was able to take advantage, forcing 3 Bemidji turnovers on the first 3 Lumberjacks possessions, and the Cardinals would convert a couple of those into points. Alexandria led 14-0 after 1 quarter, increased the lead to 24 points at the half. It was 35 points, the margin for Alexandria after 3, and the Cardinals were never seriously threatened. Bemidji just, again, ran into an Alexandria team that played brilliantly tonight, and the Cardinals are the deserving victors in the Class 5A Section 8 for 2025 after Alexandria rolls to a 49-21 victory. Just a brief scoring recap. First of all, let's welcome you to our Juttner Motors post-game show. Our friends Jake, Joe, and the rest of the crew at Juttner Motors bring you our post-game report coverage on KXRA Radio. And one final time during the fall sports season as you watch on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. We will have some more live sports play-by-play coverage on our YouTube channel coming up during the winter sports season. We'll tell you about that a little bit more later in our Juttner Motors post-game report. But Alexandria was able to break on top, jumping to a 24-0 lead in this game before it was 13 full minutes old, and Alexandria played with a comfortable advantage the rest of the night. Talon Witt would end up scoring 4 rushing touchdowns. He threw for another, and he had a hand in the first 5 Alexandria touchdowns of the night in basically the first 2+ quarters of the game. Talon Witt on a 3-yard run to cap off the first series, which was set up as Alexandria recovered a fumble inside the Bemidji 25-yard line. And then Mason Witt threw a 2-point conversion pass to Talon Witt, and it was a score of 8-0 at that point. Bemidji then gave up the football on its second series. The Jacks were going in for a possible score, but Grady Starzl intercepted an Owen Vandermeer pass in the end zone to kill Bemidji's scoring threat. Alexandria then gave the ball up on a punt, but then Bemidji fumbled on the Jacks side of the field. Alexandria took over at the 38. 3 plays later, Talon Witt scored on a 31-yard touchdown run. He would also run in the 2-point conversion. 16-0 Alexandria after 1 quarter. Then Bemidji finally had a possession where it did not turn the ball over. The 4th series of the night was a punt, but then Alexandria was able to get the ball and eventually continue to build on the lead. 24-0 after Talon Witt found Thomas Hinrichs on a 34-yard pass. The 2-point conversion from Talon to Thomas was good. 24-0 Alexandria. And again, that third score came with 11:14 to go in the first half. Bemidji responded with a touchdown drive of its own. Owen Vandermeer going up top, 33 yards to Reese Snidy. The conversion run was no good, and Alexandria's lead was 18 at 24-6. The Cardinals would then come down and score with under 2 minutes to go in the half. A nice sustained Alexandria drive, 69 yards in 12 plays. Talon Witt capping that off with a 4-yard scoring run, and it was 30-6 after the conversion pass was no good. Alexandria up by 24 at the break. The Cardinals got the ball to start the second half, and Talon Witt scored his 4th rushing touchdown of the night on a 24-yard run. Ethan Carlson came out to try the first of his 2 extra-point kicks. That was no good. That left Alexandria in front 36-6. The ensuing Bemidji then got the football and had to give it up on a punt. Then on Alexandria's second series of the third quarter, the Cardinals would go 83 yards in 3 plays. A lot of that accumulated as Jackson Waltzing had a 54-yard sprint to get the Cardinals out of some danger. Eventually, Brody Berg would score from 21 yards out. The conversion run was no good, and Alexandria led at that point 42-6. That was still with about 6:50 to go in the third quarter. Bemidji brought the ensuing kickoff back. Reese Snidy with his second touchdown of the game, an 86-yard kickoff return for a score. The conversion was good as Miles Gish ran in for a 2-point conversion, and that made it 42-14. And then Alexandria would get its final touchdown late in the third period. An 8-play, 52-yard drive was capped off by Brody Berg's 1-yard touchdown run. Ethan Carlson made the extra point there. 49-14 Alexandria after 3. The Bemidji Lumberjacks did the only scoring in the fourth period. That was on a touchdown pass on 4th down from Owen Vandermeer to Brennan Brower, covering 7 yards, and Austin Rewer kicked the extra point. So Alexandria gets the victory, 49-21 over Bemidji. The Cardinals move on to state now with a 9-1 record. Bemidji ends its season with a final mark of 5-5. This is our post-game report brought to you by Jartner Motors in Alexandria. We're going to take a break, and then we'll go inside the numbers, check out some stats, and have our selection of the players of the game. We'll announce the Culver's play of the game and more straight ahead after these messages from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinals sports coverage.
Resorts Marine in Osakis. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Osakis.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new and used equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best, piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center, for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
A broken tooth?
Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CIRAC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Welcome back to Viking Bank Field on the campus of Alexandria Area High School, where the Cardinal football team has just captured the Class 5A Section 8 title. Alexandria got off to a big start in this one. The Cardinal defense forced Bemidji into turnovers to kill the Lumberjacks' first 3 possessions, and that really sprung Alexandria to a big advantage in the first half, and Alexandria would cruise to a 49-21 win, as Alexandria will take a 9-1 record into the Class 5A state football tournament, which will be featuring quarterfinal games 1 week from tomorrow on Saturday, November 8th. Along with Tim Zupfer and our videographer, J.P. Boleen, I am DMAC Dave McClurg. And Tim, let's go into some stats. Let's share some time of possession numbers and then some defensive numbers as well.
Well, as has been the case numerous times with the running clock in the fourth quarter, the time of possession gets skewed. The last touchdown drive for Bemidji, which started late in the third quarter and rolled over into the fourth quarter with the clock running and all the plays that were out of bounds and the incomplete passes. They ended up 8.5 minutes on that drive. So actually for the game, the time of possession was almost dead even, with both teams a little over 23 minutes of time of possession. I think the biggest drive of the second half was after the return for touchdown, the kick return for touchdown by Bemidji. The Cardinals came back and marched down the field, recovered the onside kick, marched down the field, took a little over 5 minutes off the clock doing so. So it was late in the third quarter when the Cardinals are up 35, which provided the running time. So basically, time of possession was pretty much even. Tackle leader, I had Grady Starzel with 10, Blake Scholl with 7, and then I'll just kind of go down my list, starting with the defensive linemen, 2 for Jack Morissette and Adrian Miles, 4 for Evan Zabel. I already said Blake Scholl was 7. 1 for Aiden Schneiderhan, 2 for Connor Wang, 5 for Brett Meyer, 2 for Rhett Granning, 2 for Mason Witt, 3 for Connor Anderson, 2 for Carson Getch, 1 for Riker Johnson on a kickoff return, 1 for Mikhail Winter on a kickoff return, 2 for Miles Gray, 4 for Lane Lindstrom, 2 of those on kickoff returns and 2 of them late in the game, and Carter Athey also with a tackle.
Very good. So thank you so much for that information, Tim. Going through some offensive numbers here. Again, we'll do some comparative team numbers and then break down some notable individual numbers. Alexandria darn near had 3 backs rush for 100 yards tonight. They did get 2 over 100 yards, but we'll share those momentarily. Total plays from scrimmage tonight, Bemidji ran 51, Alexandria ran 47. The first downs in the game fairly similar to one another. Alexandria with 16, Bemidji with 15. The Cardinals got the majority of their first downs on the ground, 13 with 2 passing first downs and 1 by defensive penalty. Bemidji got the majority of its first downs on the ground, 11 with 3 passing first downs and 1 first down by defensive penalty. Total offense in this game ended up being a little more decisive for Alexandria in the second half. 411 yards unofficially for the Cardinals, 284 for Bemidji. And then the notable stat, the one that glares out when you look at the whole scope of the things, turnovers. None for Alexandria, 4 for Bemidji. And again, the Jacks turned the ball over on their first 3 series in tonight's game, and that was just an ominous sign for Bemidji, and the visitors could really never recover from that as Alexandria was able to quickly build a double-digit lead, and the Cardinals kept this game firmly in their pocket pretty much throughout most of the night. And Alexandria is now at back-to-back games in the sections without turning the ball over. And what's maybe even more impressive here, Tim, I think the Cardinals scored on 8 of 10 possessions last week against Sauk Rapids Rice. The 2 non-scoring possessions were with reserves in the game in the fourth quarter. And then here tonight, I think Alexandria, in essence, has 9 possessions and scores on 7 of them. 7 of 9. So, in essence, 19 possessions and 15 touchdowns. I mean, most teams that play football would love to have a percentage like that.
Yes, they would, and hopefully the Cardinals will bring that, stay on that same roll in next week's quarterfinal game.
Breakdown for yardage here, as we mentioned, Alexandria 411. A lot of that was on the ground tonight. 39 carries for the combined running backs and quarterback Talon Witt. 345 rushing yards, so Alexandria well into that 8 to 9 yards per carry, but they had chunk plays that resulted in scores. 31-yard run for a score for Talon Witt. 24-yard run for a score by Talon Witt as well. Talon would not be the leading ground gainer on the night. He was a very close second to Brody Berg. Berg unofficially 133 yards rushing on 19 carries, and he would score a couple of rushing touchdowns tonight. Talon Witt, 9 carries for a .19, 4 rushing touchdowns, and he had a hand in the first 5 Cardinal touchdowns in tonight's game. Jackson Waltzing had a 54-yard burst in the third quarter. That got him close to 100 rushing yards on the night. He finished with 89 and 8 carries, so he averaged more than 11 per rush, did Jackson Waltzing in tonight's game. And then some late carries. Ty Miller ran the ball a couple of times for 2 yards, and Aiden Steffensmeyer, the backup quarterback for Alexandria, 1 carry for 2 yards tonight. With Alexandria doing a nice job running the football, Talon Witt did not have to throw very much. His first 2 passes that he threw were incomplete, and then he completed the last 6 on the night. So 6 for 8 for Talon Witt, 66 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Mason Witt had 3 receptions in tonight's game for a total of 18 yards. Thomas Henricks had 2 receptions for 43 yards, including a first-half touchdown, and Brady Gunberg caught 1 pass for 5 yards in tonight's game. So 3 receivers for Talon Witt in tonight's contest. Talon, by the way, did throw for a 2-point conversion. That went to Thomas Henricks, and then he caught a 2-point conversion pass from his cousin Mason Witt. So I guess Talon Witt, if you factor in the times he crossed into the end zone and then also had the 2-point conversion reception, he accounted for 30 points. 26 points. I get a little excited thinking that all of those touchdowns were 7 points, but 6 points for Talon Witt for each of his 4 rushing touchdowns, 24 points, and then the 2-point conversion catch for 26. So he personally outscored the opposition tonight by 5 points. Alexandria as a team would win the game 49-21. 2 punts for Talon Witt tonight. Talk about a good night for him, not only offensively, but his poorest punt was 49 yards. He had 2 punts. The other one was 66, so he averaged 57.5 in his 2 punts in tonight's game. The Cardinals committed 4 penalties, 3 of which were accepted by Bemidji for a loss of 40 yards. Third down success, Alexandria was 7 of 10 tonight, and Alexandria was 1 for 1 on 4th down. And again, no turnovers for the Alexandria Cardinals. Bemidji had in its 284-yard breakdown, 213 on the ground and 71 through the air. The leading ground gainer was Miles Gish with 9 rushes for 70 yards. Owen Vandermeer, 9 carries for 46 yards. Reese Snidy, good-looking player for the Bemidji Lumberjacks. Unfortunately for him and his school, it was the last time he would suit up wearing a Lumberjack football uniform tonight because he's graduating with the class of 2026. But Snidy, 7 carries for 44 yards. He would end up with a receiving touchdown. He also returned a kickoff 86 yards for a score. So his all-purpose yards tonight was up in that range of 130 or 140 tonight. So Bemidji would go down to defeat through no fault of the efforts of one senior Reese Snidy. Vandermeer, the quarterback for Bemidji, completed 5 of 13 passes tonight for 71 yards, 2 interceptions, and he also threw for a couple of scores. Reese Snidy was on the receiving end of 1 touchdown pass covering 33 yards, and then Brennan Brower caught the other one covering 7 yards tonight. The Lumberjacks attempted 2 punts, and Talon Schermerhorn averaged 29 yards on his 2 punts tonight. The Jacks got penalized twice for a loss of 15 yards. Bemidji on third down efficiency was 4 of 9 tonight, and the Lumberjacks were 1 for 1 on 4th down in this game. But again, the glaring number as Bemidji's going to make the trip home after a season-ending defeat, 4 turnovers. And as you get deeper into the postseason, Tim, if you've got a number that's that high, it's almost a certainty you're not going to win the game.
Yeah, it would be very seldom where a team is able to overcome that, especially the field position the Cardinals got with those turnovers.
Yeah, I believe Alexandria had 2 of the 4 takeaways where the Cardinals got the ball on the Bemidji side of the field, and the Cards were able to capitalize on both of those turnovers starting in Bemidji Lumberjack territory and ultimately would go to put points on the board. So those were some of the numbers in the game. Again, Alexandria 49, Bemidji 21. That is your final. And we will go through some other scores from some of the games in Class 5A and some area football results. We had a lot of area representation up at the Fargo Dome today as the Fargo Dome was hosting a number of section championship games. We'll go through those scores in a little bit, but right now we're going to take an opportunity to introduce the players of the game and also the Culver's play of the game. And I think we'll start there with the play of the game. It actually occurred back in the first half. Alexandria had the lead, and the Lumberjacks tried a reverse, but Evan Zabel was able to get a tackle for loss on the play. And we talked earlier in the postgame about some of the good things that Reese Snidy was able to do tonight for Bemidji. Well, Snidy was the ball carrier on that reverse when Evan Zabel stepped up to create the Culver's play of the game, that tackle for loss.
Yeah, and Evan, is a very explosive player, and sometimes trying to hustle and make plays all the time. Sometimes on a play like that with a reverse, it's maybe against your intuition to stay home, but stay home he did. And shortly after the handoff or the reverse, Evan was able to tackle him for a significant loss and really put Bemidji behind the sticks on that drive.
So congratulations to Evan Zabel for being honored as our Culver's play of the game with that tackle for loss back in the first half of Reese Snidy. The play of the game brought to you by Culver's of Alexandria, Culver's, welcome to Delicious. Now it's time to make the selection of our quality Toyota Cardinal athlete players of the game. And again, we consult with the Alexandria assistant coaches who are accompanying us in the Jason booth in the press box, that being Harrison Ockrey and Russ Henricks. And we'll start with the defensive player of the game, and looks like Grady Starzl and I might be getting a little more airtime, getting the opportunity to record a conversation with him after a postseason victory. As for the second consecutive week, he's honored as our defensive player of the game.
Yeah, I had him leading the team in tackles with 10. I think he had both interceptions and possibly a fumble recovery as well.
Yeah, I'll wait to see. I know Mike Empting, the Cardinals football coach, emails me the stats from Huddle after each game, and it wouldn't surprise me if Grady had one of the fumble recoveries as well. But, 2 takeaways and the leading tackler on the team. So congrats to junior Grady Starzl being our quality Toyota defensive player of the game. And then on the offensive side of the ball, what can you say about captain and starting quarterback Talon Witt? He did so many good things tonight, and I'm excited to see how he's going to perform on that state tournament stage a week from tomorrow.
Oh, I think he'll perform like he has all season. He runs the offense out there. He gets the calls from the coaches, but it's still up to him to read the defense on those zone reads, when to give it and when to carry it himself. And he had 2 really amazing touchdown runs, and as you mentioned, he even caught a 2-point conversion and threw a touchdown pass. So just another fine ball game for him. It's hard not with the games that Brody Berg and Jackson Waltzing had, it's hard not to give them that award tonight. But I think Talon is well deserving.
Excellent. So congratulations to Grady Starzl, our quality Toyota Cardinal defensive player of the game, and Talon Witt, the quality Toyota Cardinal offensive player of tonight's game. So Alexandria with the victory, now 9-1 going into the Minnesota State High School League's Class 5A state football tournament for a second consecutive year. I'll go through the scores. First of all, in Class 5A, we know we have 6 finals, and according to Strib Varsity, 2 are late in the fourth quarter. The partial scores, Cretin-Durham Hall leading Matamidi 49-37. That's late in the fourth quarter. And then down in southeastern Minnesota, Rochester Mayo leading Northfield. Mayo is the number 1 seed there. Northfield seeded number 2. That's a 17-7 lead for the Mayo Spartans. Fourth quarter there. Now finals in Class 5A section football, and all the section championship games were being played tonight. Chanhassen, the team that handed Alexandria its only loss of the year, is going on to state after beating district rival Chaska 14-0. St. Thomas Academy comes out of Section 3 as Bob Caniff's alma mater, the Cadets, beat Two Rivers 32-19. Minneapolis Washburn, the number 4 seed in the Class 5A Section 5, gets the win, shutting out the Southwest Lakers at Minneapolis Southwest High School tonight. The final score was Washburn 17, Southwest nothing. The Class 5A Section 6 title game goes to Buffalo, which defeats, Spring Lake Park. Spring Lake Park with a big win over the Buffalo Bison there, 45-16 the final score. And then in Class 5A Section 7, Elk River comes back in the fourth quarter and defeats Monticello at Monticello. The Elks lost a game to Monticello during the regular season, but Monticello has its long win streak snapped. I think the Magic had won 7 consecutive games going into very one another. They played each other in the state football tournament last year. Then after realignment, they got placed in Section 7 of Class 5A, and Elk River knocks Monticello out as the Elks win 27-23. Other football scores, some of the games up at the Fargo Dome, and not a lot of optimistic news from up in northwestern Minnesota, as we had a number of area teams playing in Fargo today. Section 5A championship game, Uppsala Swanville eliminated Belgrade Bruton El Rosa 54-12. USA is going on to the state Class A football tournament. Breckenridge is moving on out of Section 6A after the top-seeded Cowboys defeated second-seeded Parkers Prairie 29-14. And then in the Section 6AA championship game, Holdingford, the number 2 seed, defeated 4th-seeded Osakis 48-14. Other scores involving some teams either affiliated with the Central Lakes Conference or other. Marshall topped Ricori to win the Class 4A Section 2 title 22-7. Looking for Fergus Falls and Becker, just trying to scroll down. Last I checked on that, Fergus Falls won by the slimmest of margins. In the Class 4A Section 8 title game, Fergus Falls 27, Becker 26.
Wow.
So the fans of the Otters and the Bulldogs got their money's worth at Otter Stadium tonight. I think Fergus Falls was up in the fourth quarter there. I think it was 27-20, so it could be that Dwight Lundine's team got the touchdown in the fourth and went for 2 and didn't convert. So it ends up Fergus Falls is going on to state in a Class 4A Section 8. Eden Valley Watkins in 5AA defeats St. Cloud Cathedral 28-14. So those were just some of the numbers there in some of the scores. So when we look at the state tournament, see what's going to happen is the champions in Section 1 through 4 are going to be placed in what's called the South Group, and then the Section 5 through 8 champions get placed into what's called the North Group. And out of that, the coaches of the 4 teams in each group rank the other teams, not their own. And as we were talking a little bit during the last commercial break, considering Elk River defeated Monticello, you're looking at a Spring Lake Park team that's going into state at 10-0. Does that merit a number 1 seed for Spring Lake Park? Or considering that the Panthers only played 3 teams or played 3 games against teams with winning records this year, would Elk River coach Steve Hamilton and Minneapolis Washburn's coach rank Alexandria ahead of Spring Lake Park?
Well, Elk River having played Alexandria, I would think Elk River would rank Alexandria higher than Spring Lake Park. I'm not sure what the Washburn coach might do. I think Spring Lake Park has to rank Alexandria ahead of Elk River, and that, to me, that's enough to get there unless somebody really did something goofy with the seeding.
Yeah, I ultimately, it could very well be. If Coach Hamilton would end up ranking Spring Lake Park ahead of Alexandria, going just comparative head-to-head records, his team might have to play Alexandria in the state quarterfinals next week.
Well, and Alexandria coaches might put Elk River ahead of Spring Lake Park also.
And I think that
I think it would be justified.
Yeah, and because Alexandria's played Elk River and defeated Elk River by a pretty convincing margin, it is going to make for some interesting seating. I believe the votes are going to be taken tomorrow morning, and then on NSPN, if you have a subscription to NSPN.TV, I believe the revelation of the state football quarterfinal brackets in the 9-man class or 9-player class and the 5 11-man classes are all going to be revealed tomorrow. Now, Class 6A is actually into state football tournament competition. All of the 32 teams get into the state tournament, and they go from the round of 32 to the round of 16. And now after tonight, you'll be down to 8 teams. Interesting to note, the former Section 8 rival in Class 5A, the Moorhead Spuds, are about to go 3-0 in the Class 6A field. So Moorhead's going to be one of the last 8 teams standing in Class 6A.
Well, and they had a lower seed because of some losses earlier in the season with quarterback Jet Feeney down with an injury. Now that he's healthy again, they've knocked off some higher seeds, and who knows how far they might go.
Yeah, I believe he may have gotten hurt during the regular season game against Woodbury, and ironically, Moorhead beat Woodbury tonight in the third round of the I think the second round of the state football tournament for Class 6A. So Class 6A is continuing through its work in state competition. But for the other 11-man brackets in the 5 classes, Class A through Class 5A, the revelation will come out tomorrow. All that information will also be posted on the Minnesota State High School League website. So if you aren't able to watch NSPN.TV tomorrow morning, then you can check out the information on the State High School League's website, MSHSL.org.